Hey, we're Dicey Decisions, a group of friends who really like to crack each other up, and sometimes we even do it while we're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is play Dungeons and Dragons. This is our first stream campaign, Finding Purchase, set in the world of Tal'Dorei Reborn. These crazy characters, and I mean my friends, not just their characters, will be trying to make their way through the heist adventures and the keys from the Golden Vault. Let's meet the cast.
Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. My name's Justin. I can't do this anymore. I'm Justin. I'm a network engineer, and I'll be playing your cleric. I hope you really enjoy our show and get into all sorts of shenanigans with us.
Hi, everybody. My name's Daniel. My preferred pronouns are he, him. By day, I'm a healthcare data analyst and freelance writer. And I've been playing D&D in some form or another since the classic Red Box days, late 1970s, early 1980s. And when I'm not gaming or working or spending time with my lovely wife Leslie, I'm an actor in the local theater community. I count cooking, animated films, and rooting for South Florida-based sports teams amongst my greatest passions. And I will be playing Garrick Stillbraid in our adventures. And I want to thank you all for coming on this journey with us. I hope you have a great time.
Hey everybody, I'm Scott. Preferred pronouns he, him. I'm a college professor, lighting designer, and production manager. I've been playing RPGs since the early 80s and currently involved in far too many campaigns as both a DM or a player. I'm also an avid board game player. Now, when not nerding out with friends, I love to cook and I also love to go hiking. For this campaign, I'll be your DM, and I'm really looking forward to sharing all our dicey decisions with you.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'll be playing Ashrina this campaign. I've only been playing D&D for a couple of years, but I absolutely love it. I'm super excited for you guys to join us on this, what I'm sure will be a chaotic journey.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm an environmental science teacher on the material plane. I'm so honored to jump into this group with these amazing people, and bringing Sliver to life is going to be a real pleasure and a joy. Thanks for coming with us.
I'm Sean. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Kid the Rogue. I've loved playing games since I was old enough to sneak downstairs to the basement and watch my parents playing Treasures of Tarman on the television, so pretty much my whole life. I'm really excited to have this opportunity to play games and tell stories with my friends and to share that with all of you.
So there you have it. Now grab a beverage of choice, maybe a snack, and enjoy all the dicey decisions that we make as we roll into tonight's episode of Finding Purchase. Yeah.
Drive now.
Yep. Jack was unable to be with us this evening, and we have a pinch hitter in with us. Our good friend John is joining us for the stream tonight. John, say hello to everybody.
Hi, my name is John. I'm happy to be here. I played D&D for more than a few years, and so thank you for having me, and I'm excited to play.
He didn't rehearse that.
We didn't give him a script at all. He's totally here on his own volition.
John, we didn't tell you this before the stream, but how we get rid of guest stars is we kill them.
Oh, great. Thanks
Not
for the warning.
not the character. Right.
For legal reasons, this is a joke.
I think I heard something.
Or we make them run our stream for us sometimes.
Right.
Which is a fate worse than death.
Yes, it is.
It's basically killing them.
At least their spirit.
It's killing them slowly. All right, so getting back into the game, last week the group was approached by a old friend, the Master Tailor Lou, had a piece of fine art stolen, a very special piece of fine art stolen out of his shop and requested some assistance. And the party, after celebrating Sliver's birthday in a hasty celebration, were able to head over to Aura, Lou's fine establishment, and assist Lou in figuring out exactly who and where the piece of fine art might be and who stole it. It came to light that the group that stole it was the rival thieves guild known as the Myriad, who have been making their way through all of Taldore trying to set up as deep and nefarious of a network as the Clasp has, and the Clasp is none too pleased about their muscling in on certain territories, especially since the Myriad is less scrupulous than the Clasp seems to be. So, when we left off, the interrogation of a captured Myriad agent was wrapping up, and the party was reconvening upstairs in Lou's shop. Well, friends, did you find anything?
We did.
Excellent. So, do I need to send a cleaning crew downstairs?
Nope.
No, not no.
Excellent.
Katrina,
No,
I
that-
have to ask you a question
Uh-huh.
because we're still kind of getting to know each other, and I can never tell when you're serious or not. You weren't really going to kill his parents, were you?
Not today.
So the plan is to do it later?
No.
You just kill all parents?
Listen,
Should I be worried?
if we're being technical, I haven't killed any parents. I'm kind of a failure on the parent killing.
Thing is, you don't know that because we have killed people, and who's to say some of them weren't parents?
Well, the parents that I've intentionally
Wait a
tried
minute.
to kill.
Why are we discussing patricide?
Listen, interrogation tactics don't have to be true, okay? You threaten things to make them scary.
Oh,
That
so you
thing
threatened
may
to kill his
seem-
parents.
did.
Lou reaches over to the counter and grabs a couple pieces of cotton and just starts shoving them into his ears.
Listen, just because I threaten to maim and murder doesn't mean I will maim and murder.
Okay, but did we
But-
get good information?
We
did.
did. So, it sounds like the threat of maim and murder works.
Also, the magical compulsion was very helpful.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Is that why
Sliver's-
Sliver left so suddenly?
Yeah, he's got to go talk to his dad.
We found some things out that we should perhaps discuss at a later time. We are here with amongst members and non-members, and possibly this is something we would want to discuss privately.
Probably.
You know, what might be helpful too is we're looking for a magical item.
Mhm.
None of us are very magical.
Especially with Sliver going to talk to his dad.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
also assumes that the
I
Myriads had...
channeled divine magic on the regular.
Can you
Different-
dispel
you're
arcane
right.
magic?
Yes.
Can you
Oh.
find arcane magic?
No.
Can you
Ah.
make things invisible so they can sneak around in places they're not supposed to be?
Here's the thing. The Dawn Father isn't about concealment so much.
Right, that's the point we're trying to make.
So
You can
I-
shed light on the situation, but we kind of need shadows here.
I
mean-
can call in a favor.
Yeah, you kind of know like everyone.
I get around. It's and honestly, with the things we found out here tonight, my boss probably would want a heads up. I don't feel very comfortable hitting the Myriad's Guildhouse without at least checking in with the broader class. This is sort of we're entering into open gang war territory here. And it's not a decision we should probably make unilaterally to enter into conflict on behalf of the entire Amon class. So
I don't mean to get ahead of anything, but maybe we can go somewhere secure and go over what went down in the basement with the person that did not go down there.
that would probably be a good idea. And in the meantime, I can go see about calling in that favor, and we'll meet at the Bright Vagabond.
Use the back entrance.
Always do.
So, Ashrina, fill me in.
On my murder and
No, he doesn't. He just all the enemies.
listen.
You threatened to kill someone. They
Yeah.
gave you information.
Lou,
That information
Lou
would be.
reaches over and picks up some more cotton and shoves it in his ears.
Maybe we should do
Well-
this on the walk. Let's do this on the walk.
Too bad we don't have somebody who can cast silence right about now. Oh wait, that's what Kid went to do.
I need.
Well-
I didn't open my notes yet. Give me uno momento.
Justin can recite it beautifully, but no, I'm not going to.
Good, because you weren't there.
Exactly.
Fine.
That's called
Fine.
role playing.
You know what notes I've made? I made a note of all my shopping things. That's what I have notes on.
Only the important stuff.
And who are you getting those things from?
Simon, who's
Oh,
my new. Simon's my new best friend. Tarlin's old news. He's got cool toys at his house.
Friendship with Tarland ended. Simon is my best friend now.
Mhm.
Punch your cop in the. And I was like,
Time for an eviction notice.
So Lou will let you know that if there's anything he can do to assist you in your endeavors, to let him know. Otherwise, he will stay out of your way.
We'll let you know
Bye,
how
Lou.
it goes.
It is much appreciated.
Be
We
thinking
should-
about my really cool outfit.
This is Justin talking. Part of our plan hinged on having the person that's downstairs, so we should probably get him.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so you're gonna bring up
Ricky
Eugene. Yeah, we're borrowing Eugene.
Eugene, yeah.
right.
Borrowing.
So he
We will
We'll give
hopefully
him
give
back.
him back.
Yeah,
Probably.
okay. So he is very nervous, but he leaves with you.
He's been rehearsing his story just like I told him, right?
He's been trying. He's still a little shook up.
We should not be bringing him to the BV.
Thought you didn't like it. I thought you didn't like BV.
It's useful when there's prying ears.
Well, I don't know. Where's the next
The bag over his head.
best? We
We're
have
gonna
to walk
parade him through the
through
streets.
town.
If we put
That's
a
not gonna
helmet
raise it.
over the bag,
He'll suffocate.
not necessarily. Lou has breathable cottons.
How long of a walk is it from here to the Bright Vagabond, by the way?
It's a totally different district, so it's a little bit of a ways.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
so
in like
you
the
guys are-
art.
You
So the
guys
bag
are
of
in the
holding
fancy
is the bag of holding is not a solution then.
correct.
Okay.
Oh my god. We can't just be putting people in my purse.
Hey,
That's not what it's for.
It's a throwback.
Man.
There's only ever been one person in Ashrina's purse, and that's Ashrina.
Mm. It's not
Well-
cozy in there.
Let's get him nearby, and then we can worry about the logistics.
So where are you going to take him?
We could
Not
take him to
the criminal.
Wadwick. We could take him to Wadwick's.
No, that's where Sliver is, isn't it? Is that where Sliver went?
No, they went, well, metagame knowledge. They're gone.
Well, the thing is, we don't want to take him anywhere that he could report, because
Mm.
as much as I'm sure that he feels quite threatened by the three of you, four of you, he could still squeal to Elix and blow up our spot.
Well, the fun part of my interrogation is that if he squeals, his parents die.
How is that
Doesn't mean it.
fun?
She doesn't mean it. She doesn't mean it. She doesn't mean it. She doesn't mean it.
I mean, he seemed pretty willing to cooperate based off of those parameters. And he believed it. So as long as he believes that I'll murder his parents if he squeals, then I think we're good.
I may have messed that up.
What do you mean?
The last thing I said to him before we left was, "I know what they said, but I will never let harm come to your parents while I'm alive."
Ah, man. You gotta make the job so difficult.
Because I'm not.
Couldn't you have just like taken a finger?
So you okay. Let me get this straight real quick. You would have rather me create actual bodily harm than just pretend threaten his parent. Actual harm, actual blood spilled, fake blood to parents who I don't know.
I'm gonna hold out my hand and cast light and say, I can heal physical. What you've done is broken his spirit, which is not healable. You can cut off a finger, and I can just come down there and say, boop, you're all better now. But now that you've traumatized him for probably the rest of his life, where he's going to fear for the lives of his parents, because some crazy little gnome is going to show up in the middle of the night with her rapier. No, yeah, I thought the whole plan was you were going to beat him to death, and I was going to come down and heal him. That was the whole reason I stayed upstairs.
I think we need.
With a 13, do I know if radiant healing magic can reattach a finger?
Medically speaking, you're not sure. That would actually be more of a religion check.
Let me go
The
back.
question you asked was about radiant magic.
Oh, I know even less about radiant magic. 4.
Right. So it's plausible.
I'm just saying. Either way, right? It's trauma. Like, this man's gonna have to go see a therapist.
I mean, to be fair, so are all the rest of us. I think that's quite obvious. None of us are
I have a therapist on retainer. That's part of my deal with the class.
My therapy is apple pie, I should say.
Oh, that explains some things. You can't drown yourself in apple pie, man. It's bad for the hips.
I guess that's fair.
But you could drown someone else in apple pie.
Yeah. Gets the job
Wow.
done.
Yep.
Tarlin?
I'm following her train of thought. I'm trying to get in that headspace, because at this point I'm ready to threaten her mother's life if she'll start paying rent, because apparently it works.
Tarlin, I'll tell you this right now. My mom could kick your ass.
Probably.
You thought I wielded frying pans well? That woman would have gotten the job done.
Frying pans. Who knew, right?
Regardless, no parents will be harmed in the filming of this movie.
Today. Wink, wink.
No.
Is did Kid leave already, or is Kid still here?
I think Kid took off.
I have
Okay.
left. I've not participated in this
Well,
conversation.
He is
3 of us
smarter than the
plus
rest of
Eugene are
us.
meandering towards the direction of the Bright Vagabond.
And we're talking about whether or not she was serious about killing his parents while we're walking with him.
I'm sure
he's
that's
also
not
like
unlikely.
point of order. He's also the only person in the party that has his own little bolt hole away from the Bright Vagabond where you can hide a kidnap victim.
So
That's
switching
okay.
over, Kid, where you heading?
Yeah, so I am heading to the headquarters of the Clasp Guild of Assassins to meet with my boss, the Master of Blades.
Excellent. So you see a very well dressed half-orc gentleman who you've seen a few times before. There are several other guards about him. He is definitely well protected.
Certainly.
And you make your way to his office, and he greets you and says, "Yes, Kid.
My Lord Warren.
News?
Yes, the crew at the Bright Vagabond is actually starting to bear fruit. We've discovered something of very important.
And the
The
two
portrait
that
of
and the two that I sent you to look after?
they're doing well. I would say that you know, Tarlin certainly isn't uh, fully on board with some of the Clasp's ideology, but overall, I definitely think that he is honoring the spirit of our friend Joe, and will certainly remain steadfast. I don't think he'll be going to the authorities anytime soon. And for a death priest, Garrick is remarkably useful. I think he will serve our purposes well. I will admit to needling him somewhat. I must admit he probably thinks I'm just a bloodthirsty oaf at this point, but yeah, he is certainly solid as well. I would say that both of them won't be turning us over to the authorities anytime soon.
Well, good. Glad to
But
hear.
that is not necessarily why I came tonight, though it is good to know that we will not be sending a contractor for either of our friends. We've found the portrait of Constantiori.
What?
We found it.
Who
was
has
our-
it?
Well, Lou had it. I don't know if you know this, but Lou is a member of the oh gosh, the word has escaped me now as a person. The cognoscenti, and is quite a collector.
Okay, and how long has Lou had this artifact?
Long enough to have learned many interesting things, it seems. But Lou no longer owns the artifact.
Oh,
The artifact is currently sitting in the guild hall of the Myriad, whose location I have discovered tonight.
which one?
The Tipsey Tankard. Oh no, sorry. It's in the Central District off of Withering Way.
Ah, I believe there's word that they have several houses about Amon now. One in the central district you discuss, but there is also rumors of one in the port district, as well as in the erudite quarter. So
Interesting, the erudite quarter. That is very curious given the theft that has happened tonight. But I'm to understand that Guildmaster Dusk resides in the Central District.
When you say dusk, his eyes narrow.
So I didn't want to take action without talking to you first. This is something that could set off a broader disturbance. And so I did not want to draw my blade without the permission of the Master of Blades.
He looks very calculatingly at the wall, and you can tell he is gauging how he responds to this information. Have you made any promises about follow through?
Only that we will see what we can do.
Do you think your team is capable of retrieving this item from them?
We have good information, and we have an angle on one of the key holders, Elix. I think we can take down a lieutenant with a minimum of fuss and gain egress, though we are without our bard, and some arcane assistance would certainly go a long way towards helping. I think we can. I think we can, with a little help. So I've come to call in a favor.
So you're looking for an arcanist to join you?
That would be very helpful.
They'll consider it done. I will make sure someone gets sent over. Where should they meet you?
At the Bright Vagabond. And I'll slide a small scrap of paper across the desk. Use the back entrance.
Excellent. Well then, here's what I will say. Tensions are running high between the Myriad and our organization, and something is going to tip the scales. So any action taken could be that action. And he leans in real close and says, so either get in and get out unnoticed, or burn it to the fucking ground.
Yes, Lord. Understood.
Excellent. And he smiles. Anything else?
No, Lord. That will be all. Thank you for seeing me. I on such short notice. I know you're a very busy man.
Well, potentially about to be busier if things go. Dusk is much like me. Be careful.
Understood, Lord. And I will take my leave.
All right.
Yeah, I will make my way to the Bright Vagabond.
Excellent.
And I will slip into the back entrance.
You make your way over towards that. Meanwhile, Megonius, it is getting late in the evening. You are finishing up a important translation for your superiors, and you receive by a recognizable young boy who has worked for your organization in the past. You receive a note that simply says, Bright Vagabond, now ready for action.
Yes! And he like dashes out the door. And following him is a horned owl.
Excellent. All right, so the rest of you're getting close to the Bright Vagabond, and you have your prisoner in tow.
we could put him in the cart.
To what end?
Mm. Have it be a driving interrogation.
I've told you guys everything. Is there really more you need to know?
Yes.
Really, I just don't want to get betrayed because that would kind of suck, and they threaten some things that are not pleasant, and I wouldn't want them threatened on me. And if you told them that that's what happened and it comes back to me, suddenly I have to make a trip all the way to, you know what, it's not important. What is important is we're going somewhere and you divulged information about your hideout. So were they to re-rob you and get information about our hideout, it would get very uncomfortable very fast.
I see what you're saying. Right, because
So
I'm supposed to go check in like I was supposed to go check in, but I'm not supposed to say that I was caught. I'm supposed to say that the watch came by, took a statement, and left. That's my
Mhm.
story.
Good job.
Right, right. Yeah, thanks.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, well, um, however, if they already know I was taken, then me showing up is going to be a problem. If they don't know I was taken, then it just has to do with how well I can lie. And then, see, and here's my problem with this whole thing. I don't see any way you guys let me live.
look down at my holy symbol. Look at him. I have no intention of killing you.
He just kind of glances at Ashrina.
She threatens to kill everyone. I once gave her runny eggs, and for the next week, I would wake up and her face would be right here. It's like, don't do it again. Don't do it again. I have not made her runny eggs since.
Um,
I feel
well,
like you need to roll a deception check. I love runny eggs.
I think the her and well, the other guy left thankfully, but I mean I was pretty convinced down there that they were willing to go the distance. And I mean, you're right. If I get taken and I get compelled to talk the way I've been compelled to talk, I'm a liability.
Okay.
So what do you suggest? Right now, it sounds like to me, as a man of faith and love in his heart, that the only way that we can come out of this ahead is to cut out your tongue.
We could give him sanctuary in our own guild house.
You know, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. I was just trying to make it so he wouldn't talk. But then you could write.
You really think if he was in sanctuary in our own guild house, we would let anything he writes out?
No, I'm saying in general.
Maybe I am a bad influence.
I don't. When I say sanctuary in our guild house, I don't mean as a prisoner. I'm saying you have skills. Why not apply for a change of venue?
You know, you said you're a bad liar.
I think I need to leave the city.
Where would you go?
I don't know.
The wilderness.
Anywhere but here.
Do you like making pie?
Are we just gonna send all of our problems to the goblins?
We're gonna make a commune.
There are prob goblins.
Goblins?
He says,
Oh my
I mean,
God.
I've never tried to make pie. It kind of sounds interesting. Is it fun?
No.
It can be.
It can be.
Your fingers will tire from peeling the apples and chopping the apples and growing the trees and taking care of the trees, rolling the dough, kneading the dough. Like, it's work. It's rewarding work, but it's not like getting drunk and singing with all your buddies. It's not that kind of fun.
But I'm still breathing.
Yeah, and in general, people aren't trying to kill you. Yeah, in general.
I think I want
Happens
this
to me
option.
all the time.
I think I want this option. I mean, I'll go try to report in if you want me to, but there's a chance they grab me.
I can look like him. Worst case scenario. If we wanted to still.
I think it's a better plan. I think we
Okay.
just we leave him in the basement for a little while, and when we're back, maybe we make a side trip, or Irrigan can take him.
Why don't we send him to my church? He would have legitimate, real sanctuary there. I'm sure I could convince the high priest to keep him there and keep him safe.
All right, yeah, I like that actually. You're going to go under the care of the Church of the Raven Queen, and once we get all this mess cleaned up and the heat dies down, I will happily take you to a farm upstate, where you can run and play in the field with the other.
That is not a euphemism, right, Harlan?
This feels very much like what you tell your child when you're about to like take the dog out back.
Yeah, exactly.
The farm upstate is just kid outside of town with a rapier.
Good boy. Who's a good boy?
Wow. Your name is now Ole Yeller.
He
Here's a
says,
cheeseburger.
I will take what I can get.
All right, Garrick, why don't you take him?
Mhm.
And we'll all reconvene. I have a couple supplies I want to pick up on the way, and then we have until, I believe they said, midnight tonight. So
It's probably around 8:30ish right now, and he is known to go drinking till about midnight on most nights
mhm.
at the Tipsey Tankard.
All right,
It serves
so
in purpose.
break,
Do you want me to meet you?
reconvene,
Oh, yeah, where at?
plan, Tipsy Tavern.
Okay.
So we're gonna plan at the Bright Vagabond with everybody,
Mhm.
then go to the Tipsy Tankard, and then from there, probably to this guild house.
Okay.
And break.
All right. So Garrick, you head over to the church.
Yep. Look for Alistair. I don't even know if he's there at this hour, but
He is. He is
Okay.
there. My friend. Welcome. Business
Or
or
you-
pleasure?
definitely business.
He nods and leads you into the back.
I motion for Grinky to follow me.
Mhm.
I have a favor to ask. This gentleman provided us with some much-needed intelligence for a mission that needs to be accomplished, but I am worried that his safety might be in jeopardy because of the information he gave us, and I would like to have him under the protection of this church until everything is done and said and done.
Is he in danger from your organization?
No.
Oh. Can you say who?
Probably not.
Well, then I will do you this favor as a member of our church. Just know that if this were to come back against us,
Scott, would I know that how secretive they are? Like, if I told him something, what are the chances it would get out? I mean, I've been feeling this church for a while, so
I mean, it depends on how you feel about class business being told to the church, right? Um, the you trust this guy.
Mhm.
He's well aware, based on previous discussions, he's well aware of who you work with.
Okay.
But whether he should or not know is really up to you.
I want to give you more information, Alistair. I'm just trying to figure out how. I want to make you feel a little more at ease. Let's just say that the organization that would be a danger to him, I would consider them a group of people that are somewhat similar to the people I work for, but maybe with much less noble goals.
How many days do you need?
Just 2 at most. I believe we're going tonight.
I will keep him safe. He'll be well fed. He will get a change of clothes. He'll be ready to leave when you return.
Thank you. Grinky, this is Father Alistair. You can trust him. He will make sure nothing happens to you. He'll keep you safe. He'll keep you comfortable. And I will be back as soon as I can and get you safely outside of the city walls once we are done with this.
Thank you. Sure glad I went with you and not with the other two.
They mean well, believe it or not. They talk a big game because they feel they have to. In my heart of hearts, I don't believe they would have actually followed through with their threat if it came to it.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah. I mean, it worked on me. I was scared too. So. But you'll be safe here. And if worse comes to worse and it gets out, we'll just somehow invent a story about you getting caught in the crossfire, and that's you disappear. Nobody has to know the best. And should that happen, and we need to smuggle you out of town, I will make sure your parents know the truth of what happened, so they do not worry about you.
I appreciate that. All right. So as if people are reconvening at the Bright Vagabond, I would imagine Ashrina and Tarlin get there first, followed by Kid, and then Garrick, and you all reconvene. And as Garrick, you are walking in, give me a perception check.
Okay. You.
Excellent. Excellent. You look around, you see no one, and you make your way to the back door. Megonius, you see a dark-robed man who's got a shield slung over his shoulder with a symbol of the Raven Queen enter into the back door of the establishment that you were sent to go to.
Okay. Gonius is going to send his owl around to the windows of this tavern and peer through the owl's eyes. What does he see?
Looking inside the tavern, you see that there are a couple of patrons there eating and drinking. Looks to be a very slow, quiet evening.
Okay. So less than 10 people, you would say, in the tavern?
Easily.
Okay. Megonius is going to pull up his hood, and he's going to quietly make his way over to the back door and open it slowly, creep his way in, and find an empty table.
Make me a stealth check, please.
Okay.
What'd you get?
An 18.
Excellent. So yeah, you quietly make your way in, sit at a quiet corner table in the back. There is a well-dressed maitre d' walking around, making sure everything is to everyone's liking. He hasn't noticed you.
Okay. Yeah, he'll scan the tavern and see if there are any patrons that kind of like look out of place. He's never set foot in this tavern, so he's not really sure what to expect. He knows he's like sent to places, and um, people usually eventually approach him. So he'll just sit there quietly. Um, but if he notices something strange, he will do something.
You don't notice anything at first. Eventually, a older deep gnome woman comes by and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were here. Can I interest you in any food or drink, sir?"
Well, perhaps I shall have the drinks that you have. That is
Um, yeah, okay. Which one would you like?
the best one that you have. Yes, I am a drinker of only the best drinks. That is, per se.
Right. I'll be right back.
Wait, one last question. And then he'll say this in Thieves' Cant. Is this the place that we're meeting?
She looks at you and she says, I believe so. I will get my daughter." And you guys hear a knock on the stair door upstairs from the basement, which I assume is where you guys are all meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Familiar knock from Eshrina's mom.
I'll go ahead and go up there and answer it.
I believe there's a gentleman here looking for you all. He's very awkward.
Sliver?
No.
A different awkward. Wonderful. Where is he?
He's over table 7. What does Tarlin see when he looks over at table 7?
He sees a not overly humbly dressed um human beanpole, but he's dressed like a scribe, and he is he's kind of shrimping over at the table, and he's kind of like putting his fingers together, kind of like looking around, but trying not to be too obvious about it, but he's being pretty obvious about it.
Justin doesn't need to make this check, but Tarlin is making the insight check of a 22 of, yeah, he totally doesn't belong here.
Right.
I'll walk over to said table. Yeah, go downstairs.
Right away. And he hastily
Rein
grabs
it in.
his...
You're at a 10. I need you at a 2 right now. Bring it down.
I don't know how to do that.
Unagi.
Just a little bit less. It's not that serious. Head on down.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna start a war between the class and the Myriad. It's not that serious.
It's not
Don't worry about it.
serious.
He rushes downstairs. He's so excited. Can hardly contain it.
Is he also a child?
He's in his 30s.
Oh, he's the oldest one of us.
Oldest one here.
He just
Tarlin
finally gets to go on an adventure.
walks past the bar and just grabs the nearest bottle and starts walking down the stairs and takes a sip, and it's olive oil, and he's like, whatever.
Oh, you're gonna have the runs later.
Maybe it'll get me out of this.
He's literally twice the age of the dude who's not here. I'm just
Maybe he's
saying.
twice as valuable.
Ooh.
But his value density would be lower because of his age.
Oh, that's true. And the transitive
Density.
property of usefulness.
Right.
This is. I thought D&D was nerdy, and y'all have somehow made it nerdier.
Not meta.
Hi, I'm Justin. It's awkward and nerdy.
Yeah, that sums up my relationship with you.
He was upstairs. He didn't belong. Did somebody order a middle-aged man that awkwardly shouts?
Probably a Shrina.
I would
Probably
never
me.
order a man,
Does
just
me,
to be clear.
I ordered the takeout magician.
Oh, he's the Arcanist you sent out for. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Sir, I'm Tarlin. This is my establishment for now.
Salutations, Tarlin. It is a pleasure to meet you. He holds out his hand. Ah, I see that you favor the Dawnfather.
More the Dawnfather favors me, but yes. Again, 10, 2.
I like him. He's exciting.
It's so much shouting.
It's like looking
Yeah.
at what Sliver's gonna be like in 15 years.
Oh
It's
no.
terrifying. God. The 10 and
There's
2
two-
thing, though.
Wait! Are you Sliver's father?
Are you Sliver?
What? I have
I would
not
like
the
to
slightest clue who that
check
is.
to see if this is Sliver.
Just looking at him like this, looking at his face. Yeah, Garrick gets really close to him and starts like looking at his face.
Just like pulls out the magnifying glass and just Sliver?
It is definitely not Sliver in a costume or a outfit, but you do know that Sliver does
Have the disguise self spell.
have the ability to make himself look like others, but there's no tells. Like this is either the best performance
Right.
job ever, so you're pretty convinced it's not Sliver.
Garrick, how do we tell?
You don't. Leave this poor boy alone.
So, I've met you, Tarlin. What are your names? And I shall introduce myself.
Absentmindedly take another swig and then realize it was olive oil again. Set it back down.
Oh. I'm Ashrina.
Trina, nice to meet you. And he extends a hand,
She takes it.
and he vigorously shakes. Pleasure, pleasure.
She just like rubs at her shoulder, like, pleasure's all mine. My arm's dislocated now.
Kid
And
will nod at you from across the room, like very much not approaching your handshake, and just, kid.
Ah, kid, adorable as a baby goat. Lovely to meet you.
Oh, I do like him.
That is a new one. I don't believe I have ever been accused of being adorable before.
I was wrong. I thought Sliver was going to be the one to get me killed, but now we have.
Starlin, look, I asked Spiraling Warren for a favor, and the Master of Assassins doesn't send second best. Clearly, he is, at the very least,
But best at what?
useful. One assumes magic.
Okay, so you're a
Magic? You do
spellcaster.
magic?
I mean, I would assume so. That's what we asked for. That's what you asked for, right?
That is what I asked for.
Sir, do you perform acts of magic?
Yes, but we shall get to that when I get to my introduction.
Oh,
Ah.
you haven't finished introducing yourself?
No,
I don't
no! I have yet to introduce myself. I wait until everyone has introduced themselves, and then I introduce myself, you see.
Okay. Quick, Garrick.
Allow myself to introduce myself. Garrick Stillbraid. I am a warrior in employ and Faith of the Raven Queen.
Ah, Garrick! You must be the fine chap I saw entering this fine establishment. He looks at Tylen when he says that. He says, ooh, the Raven Queen, protector of death, and scorns the undeath. Truly noble.
Yeah. You know, normally I would like I tell Tarlin that he's a reactionary, or at least I act like he's a reactionary. But I think I actually agree with this 10 and 2 thing here. You see, before you introduce yourself, I want to explain something.
Yeah.
What we're going to be doing requires us to be conspicuous, and if you're too
yes.
loud, we might get noticed a little too easily. So you might want to bring this down a little. I appreciate
No
the
worries.
enthusiasm. You definitely have the spirit, but we need.
Discretion?
That's the word. Thank you. Yes, discretion. That's the
I-
one.
Shall try my best to
We're gonna
bring
die.
it down. But first, introductions must be made, and I have yet to introduce myself. He turns around with a flurry of his cloak, and then he turns back, and sparks fly out of his hand as he casts prestidigitation. And he says, I am Megonius McGungle, the Magnanimous, or rather, yet to be. And it is a pleasure to be in your service because I am so bored.
I feel that.
Bored.
I feel
Well,
that.
there's a lot of M's in that, so let's just make sure it also doesn't end with getting murdered by the Myriad, shall we?
Of course, of
Hey!
course.
We're gonna murk the Myriad instead. That might.
So, when you say he only sends the best, this guy isn't even the best at being magnanimous. He just said he's yet to be magnanimous. What did you
Everybody's-
send us, kid?
Everybody needs ambitions.
I didn't send you anything. I asked
Just
for a favor.
Marvelous.
Just lean over to Megonius. They're just haters. I think you're great.
Why, thank you. I really do appreciate that. And while I am not yet magnanimous, that is to be expected for our line of work. For you see, I have many tricks up my sleeve, you see.
Such
And
as
hopefully-
he puts his hand up to his forehead like this, and he looks at you, Tarlin, and suddenly you can hear in your head his voice, and only you. What do you think of this? Quite conspicuous when you're the only one who can hear me.
great, he's telepathic.
I mean,
That's
we-
useful.
We kind of needed that, yeah.
Can you make it so that we can all communicate that way? That would actually make you incredible.
Not magnanimous, though. That's still yet to be determined.
Cannot do that. But
Got it.
I can be a great point of contact.
Like a hub?
Certainly.
So we can all telepathically communicate with you and you can relay messages?
No, only I can do that. A funny quirk left over by my parents.
Do you have parents? This is a very important question.
I do. They live just past the southern gate. They work on the farms, though the farming life was not for me. No, I saw magic was my future. Divination. I must know things.
Huh. Well, it already sets you apart. Only Tarlin also has 2 loving parents.
If
Fantastic.
if we needed to know where a painting is, could you find it?
A magical painting.
Perhaps.
Like I know what house it's in. I just need to know where in the house.
Yes, I could do that. If I knew the detect magic spell, that is.
And do you?
No.
Got it.
But I do have a fine familiar. Look, this is Hoodles, my pet owl.
I love them.
Does Hoodles detect magic?
Hoodles, do you detect magic? No, I don't believe
Poodles
so.
just kind of looks at you.
What's that, boy? You say that you could find the magical object for us, perhaps? Well, what a fine boy you are, Hoodles.
Does Hoodles like to be held? Does
Oh,
Hoodles like
yes.
scritches?
Here you are. You may hold Hoodles in your arms.
Sharina's just hugging this. How big is this owl?
It is a great horn owl, so it is like...
A Shrina
How tall
sized.
are you?
I'm
Yeah,
like
it's
3 feet tall.
Okay, so like a third of your size.
I'm just gonna hold it like a kid with a stuffed animal that's way too big for them, and just like swing my arms back and forth.
If the owl's eyes could get bigger, it does. And it's just like,
Kid, sidebar,
Sure.
go at behind one of the barrels. So let me get this straight. We asked for a wizard. We got someone that can't detect magic and brings an animal with. How are we getting less suspicious? I am wearing full plate armor, and I am still more inconspicuous than this man. He
Have
brought
you
a bird.
Have they fly? I mean, have you been on the? Have you been in the erudite quarter? Have you seen the clothing that Lou puts together? This is probably the least conspicuous man that we've seen today, except for maybe me.
I'm
Look,
just concerned that maybe you pissed off the Spireling and like this is the end for us. Like,
my instructions from Warren were to do one of 2 things: get into the Guildhouse and get out completely undetected, or burn the entire thing to the ground. Those are our 2 choices. He sent the person he thought would best accomplish the instructions he gave to me. And if we fail, we will create a full-scale war between the Clasp and the Myriad and Amon. So what we should probably do is figure out how to make the best of what we have right now, so we aren't the ones responsible for that, because probably the Dawn Father be mad, yeah?
one moment. Hey, Magnanimous.
It is Megonius.
Yeah, whatever.
Megongo.
You can't detect magic. Can you set things on fire?
I quite certainly can.
Great. Yeah, we're burning the place down.
Yeah. Thank you, Carla. That was the question I was going to ask. Mission goes
Sharina
gold.
hear that we're burning it down? Because if Sharina hears that we're burning it down, she's fucking pumped.
So basically, what your contact is telling us, kid, is yeah, we could go in and get out without being seen, but that's not really the goal here, is it? 'Cause-
I will say that my Spiraling is the master of assassins of Amon, so yeah, probably it was the burn it down one.
I love burning things down.
Good to know.
Okay, let's huddle up. We'll make the best of a bad situation, and
You know,
or
it
it's
worries
not
me that we're
bad.
already calling it a bad situation and we haven't even
The
left
best of
base yet.
a situation. Not bad, not good. The best of a situation. Let's huddle up and let's figure out if we're going plan A, plan B. But we need to start with getting the key off of Enix.
Yes, we need to hit Elix at the Groggy Goat. That's correct.
Tipsey
I
Tankard.
can
Bombastic
can-
baboon.
I can make myself look like Grinky and go in there and try and distract him while somebody kid lifts the key off of him. And worst case scenario, we kill him.
No. But
No, that would be the worst case scenario.
That's what I'm saying. Worst, like last resort, if we get found out, just do a little 1-2 bloop bloop.
okay. But I actually think that McGonagall here might come in handy.
Megonius McGungle. You may call me Meg if that is easier.
It is so much easier. Meg, I think your bombast might actually come in handy. What do you say that you, myself, and Garrick go for a drink at the Tipsey Tinkerbell?
Tankard. Tankard. What
Drinking.
You really want to put alcohol in this, man?
Not really. I want him to make a scene.
I am very good at drinking. I know how to drink drinks. Very many of them, in fact.
I'm almost positive he knows how to make a scene also.
Yeah, I don't need an inside check for that. I know he can make a scene.
17. Has this man ever had a drink in his entire life?
He's thinking you're just talking about like water.
Oh. So he's not lying. He's just dumb.
So
incredibly smart, just
if the three of us were to be patrons of the establishment, when Ashrina / Eugene comes in to report in, and Kid sneaks in behind, we can be raucous enough that the rest of the patrons are also not looking, so that there are no witnesses. Because I doubt that a lieutenant of the Myriad would be alone. There would not be someone there with eyes on him. So if we cause an extra bit of distraction so that the stabbing twins can do their thing, not stab, espionage. Get the
Stabbing
key.
is a second resort here. I'd prefer not to burn the whole thing to the ground if we don't have to. I agree.
We'll get the key. Once we get the key, and Tarlin will unfurl the Guildhouse map. Let's go to the northeast corner of the stables. That's where we'll meet.
How exciting! I have no idea what we are doing.
Welcome to the club.
Honestly, this is the most plan we've had this entire time.
Probably ever.
Usually what we do is we have this conversation, and within 15 minutes of concluding the conversation, Sliver does whatever he wants and we just kind of roll with it. And I'm still not convinced you're not Sliver, so we'll see how that goes.
I do not know who that is, but I'm sure he is a fine chap.
Yep, it's him.
It's him.
Can't pull us.
All right.
It's funny.
So
Carlin, I do have one concern. If I walk into the Tipsy Tankard with this gentleman and you, and I'm wearing the raiment and the decorations of the Raven Queen, I don't think many people would raise an eyebrow. But if you walk in wearing full plate and a holy symbol of the Dawn Father, that might gather some attention.
what location is the Tipsy Tankard in? Like, is it a gathering of multiple classes of people, or
It's
are we
it's
are
a
we talking like this is shady dealings?
it's a neighborhood bar. It's seen its better days. It's not like an up and coming popular place, but it's a neighborhood. It's got a neighborhood following. It's
It's
not
the
too
Bad
far.
Hobbies, not the Chili's.
Yes,
Okay.
it's not too far from the
Mhm.
from their guild house, but it's not likely to have a massive crowd, but it's also
Mhm.
probably going to have a lot of regulars.
And so we're just gonna steal the key.
That was
I
the
know there was
plan.
I know there was some talk about potentially kidnapping Elix. I guess what I'm trying to understand is if we're leaving Elix in play, that really we have a very, very short amount of time before he realizes he's lost his house key.
Weren't we discussing the possibility of slipping something into his drink that make him like more drunk so he passes out?
That was the idea, or challenging him to a drinking contest, or doing something to inebriate him in a way that will render him incapacitated. I have a couple of things I could whip up in my poisoner's kit, but no promises that they would be efficacious. But
What's
we could
everybody using the
try
big words
something.
today for?
So we get MacGyver to challenge him to a drinking contest.
Who?
Megonius.
I'm
Yes.
never gonna remember that.
Meg.
I had trouble remembering that. I don't
You
know
just have a
why.
lovely name.
Thank you.
It's a fantastic name, but I have to be honest. Your whole deal just it's too much.
Too much or not enough?
No,
That
too
is
much.
what I am always
It's
asking.
more.
Too much. Too much.
And should you ever forget my name, I will gladly remind you.
Don't let anybody ever dull
Hey,
your shine.
but I will say this, Megonius. I'm not sure in Tarlin's case that would help much.
It would be really helpful if you just every 5 minutes just whisper it into his mind. That will really help him remember.
Please don't.
Clever.
Eric
Meg,
sits back and smirks a little bit and says, "Let's
I
get
have
on
a
with
very
these."
important question for Meg.
I remembered.
See?
Did you
What
make that name up?
questions?
Is that a fabrication for your persona?
Sir, this name was handed to me by my mother, and she was a McGonagall through and through. You know, our lineage traces back all the way to the port city of Onoa.
You're from Onoa?
No, I am not from Onoa. Just my grandparents' grandparents.
How honest is he being?
He's telling the truth. He's got nothing to hide.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
I did my
But
teachings in Raven's Watch very close to
You
Onoa.
know, I feel like the Dawn Father wouldn't appreciate you being so judgy today, Tarlin. I feel like you haven't been to church enough.
So,
I think it's time for you to visit the temple.
shall we proceed
you're
with
not
these
wrong.
merry machinations?
Ah,
Did I do that right, Meg?
indeed, my fine friend Garrick.
Is it
I
too
think
late to quit?
I don't think
But-
you're allowed to quit this business. I'm pretty sure quitting means you die.
By the
Seriously?
way,
You can quit anytime you want.
Yeah, to death. The quickest way to retirement is at the bottom of the ocean.
Retirement or expiration? Because
Northeast
mean-
corner of the stables.
yep, got it.
How long will it take for us to walk from here to the Tipsy Tankard?
Probably about a good 30-minute walk from here.
Oh, then I will wait to do my thing.
Okay.
Who's
So-
getting there first, Ashrina or us?
Probably y'all need to go in so it doesn't look
We
so
need to be first.
suspicious.
Okay, I do have a concern. Hear me out. If we are trying to distract him and distract everybody else, wouldn't Grinky walking in the middle of our conversation kind of refocus him and get him looking and figuring out what's going on? Because he's
I'm not
already
saying you
kind
have you don't have to distract him right away, but like getting yourself in position.
Our distraction is not for him. Our distraction is for everyone else. Eugene is going to him as the distraction for
Kid.
Kid.
You know, it'd be really useful to distract an entire bar full of patrons.
Daylight.
A bard. I'm just saying.
He's not a
I feel
bard
like
though.
I
That's
feel
my
like a
point.
magician's also. I mean, you can
That's
do
true.
like parlor tricks. I love magic.
You can do parlor tricks, right?
he lets out more sparks with prestidigitation. He lets out
There we
some
go.
harp notes from his hands, and he says, I may not look it, but I am a practicer in the art of divination. There are lonely souls abound looking for guidance. Everyone needs a distraction, even those that work for nefarious purposes.
Who's he
I like
talking
it.
about?
The person that you're trying to steal from?
Okay, just making sure.
I think you're muted, Sean.
All right. So, heading. We do not have you, Sean.
Arnar.
Still can't hear you.
So
Uh,
the plan I hear is the first group is going in to be just patrons in the bar.
Mhm.
Then the question I have is where in, like, is Kid going in first, or is Ashrina going in as Eugene first, or together, or how is that happening?
Well, I imagine. So my thought was that everyone will be in there already. Like Kid's already in there, probably just milling about.
Okay.
And then Ashrina would come in as Grinky.
Gotcha. All right.
As we walk, I explain to Tarlin and to Meg so they understand what my plan is. Once we get there, but before we go inside, I am going to cast See Invisibility on myself. Because the fact that they said somebody might be keeping an eye on him, I want to make sure if that's true, that there's nobody trying to hide the fact that they're keeping an eye on him.
All right. So you make your way across town. It's not a problem. The Tipsy Tankard does look like a little bit of a rundown neighborhood bar. It's seen its better days. Looking through the front window, you see there are probably about maybe 7 or 8 people in there, clumped together in various groups. A couple people are the are talking with each other. There is a gentleman who fits the description you were given of Elix. He has slick back, silver, and salt and pepper hair. Wears it slightly long, back in a ponytail. He's wearing a very nice shirt and outfit. Looks like he's obviously trying to impress. He's middle aged. He probably was a handsomer and more debonair person in his youth, and he's trying to hold on to that, it looks like. And give me insight checks abound as you enter.
15.
13.
21.
All right, so the three of you definitely all can tell he is definitely paying a lot of attention to the one and only waitress. He is obviously trying to score points with her constantly. It looks like he has a well-known relationship with her, and she does appear to enjoy the attention he gives.
Does my see invisibility detect anybody in here? Hey,
We have a Sean.
Yay!
Just
welcome
gave
back.
up on the headset. I don't know what happened. It just dropped the mic for whatever reason. I'm back. Before I was trying to say before we left, could I try to make some torpor with my poisoner's kit? It just basically constitution check or incapacitated. So just asleep, basically.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me
I like it.
a poisoner's kit check.
Super good. 17.
Nice.
Yeah, not a problem.
Cool.
You're able to mix that up before you head out.
Okie doke.
So, what do the three of you that arrive first want to do?
First thing I do is scan the room to make sure there's nobody invisible in here.
There is no one invisible.
Okay, good. That makes me feel better. I just I nod at Carlin and kind of give him a hat like an inconspicuous thumbs up, like we're good to go.
Mm-hmm. Tarlin is going to get a table that has plain view to Elix, but like isn't right next to him. Whatever's available.
So that would be a little bit tricky. Let me pull up an image for you.
Do I need to show off my truck nuts?
Yeah.
I only said that because I clicked on my inventory and it was on the drift globe. I'm like, oh yeah, drift globe truck nuts.
Not the tiny grippy socks.
No, I sold those.
You just jinxed us by doing that. I hope you know that.
So there's a fire pit in like the center of the tavern with a chimney up above it, and there's a couple of benches around that. There's several tables spread throughout the place. He actually sits. He's the only one that's sitting at the bar itself. He's sitting there because he knows that if he sits there, he can catch her attention every time she comes and gets a drink order for somebody else. So he's strategically placed there to have as many interactions with her as possible. There is a table nearish to the bar that would hold 3 or more people. If you 3 want to go to that, or you could go to the bar itself.
Yeah, nearish to the nearish.
Go ahead. I want to look around when I see him at the bar by himself. I find it odd that nobody else is sitting at the bar. I just want to gauge the mood in here. Are people trying to avoid him?
Give you an insight check.
12?
No one seems to be avoiding him. The bartender is kind of not. You'd think that for somebody who's the only person sitting at the bar, you'd think the bartender would talk to him. But you get the sense that the bartender realizes he's not there to talk to him. He's there to talk to the waitress,
That's right. Okay. I'm actually going to sit at the bar, not next to him,
Okay.
because that's too obvious. A couple seats down, but I'm going to engage the bartender, not the waitress. That way, he doesn't think I'm trying to like move in on him, his deal.
Sure.
Like,
Hey, you talking about girl?
Sure. Bartender sees you, puts down the glass he's cleaning, and says, well, "Welcome to the Tipsy Tankard. How can I help you?"
it's been a long day. I could use a drink, something strong. Not an ale. What do you have that's stronger?
Oh, I have got some whiskey. If you go that route, I have some Marquesian wine.
The
Packs a little bit
whiskey.
of
I think
punch.
the whiskey. I think the whiskey will work just fine.
All right. Single, double?
For now, a single. We'll see how I feel after that.
All right. That'll be a silver piece.
Amanda, are you stapling something?
No,
I keep
I'm
hearing
muted.
a clicking sound.
Oh,
Not coming from me.
I'm playing with something in my hand.
Oh, it's like she's looking down. Is she stapling? What's going on?
No.
So, he gets you a drink.
I do look at Elix when I I notice him and let's just like nod and greeting, but I don't make an issue of like saying, "Hey, what's up?" I just like acknowledge that he's there. Like
You get
would
the
do with Mike.
courteous, typical just head shake looking at you, and he's obviously tracking the waitress a little bit more.
Megonius is standing awkward in the middle of the tavern. He's waiting to be approached.
The waitress will see you and says, "Sit anywhere you like. I'll be over and take your order in a second."
Oh, hey, I will do just that. And he like scans the room and he says, waitress, where is the best place to sit?
Not with
Ah.
me. Not with me. Not with me.
She points over near the fire. She says, "It's kind of cozy by the fire."
Smart person you are. I shall sit there and await your service, for I am thirsty.
All right. Garrick, where are you headed?
At the bar.
I mean, sorry, Tarlin, where are you headed?
That one table next to the bar that seats 3 or more that apparently I'm now sitting at alone.
Yep. Great. So, how much time are you giving them before coming in, Ashrina?
Probably only just like 10 minutes or so. She's gonna duck into an alleyway. She'll use the ability is called Gift of the Sviverneblin. And it lets her cast Disguise Self for free. So she's going to look exactly like Grinky. And then she'll head in.
All right. So you head in and you see the gentleman sitting a couple of stools, about 3 bar stools away from Garrick at the edge of the bar. And you see Tarlin over at a table, and Megonius is at a bench near the fire pit, just kind of hands on his knees, looking around, smiling. And you see the guy see you. He nods, stands up, and walks into what looks to be the bathroom. And that's where we're going to go to break. All right, everybody. So we're going to refresh our drinks, take about a 10-minute bio break if anyone needs it, and we will be back. I'll see you in a little bit.
We're gonna die.
Apple pie.
Yes.
supper's done, you rest your feet. Now you're needing something sweet. Your wife steps up to your surprise. You see fresh cow milk and apple pie. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. But some's too damp and some is sour. Some is made with too much flour. If you want the best you can't deny, gotta go see Mr. Brightside. Apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. Soft and flaky, crusty, yum. I gotta go and get me some. Granny's apples, the whitest flesh, reddest skin, bright side's the best. Apple pie, my apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest.
This is called the Ballad of a Crossbow called Whisper. Sitting in a dusty storage room, lonely and forsaken, made of wood and leather and bone. Magic in the making, hung a hand crossbow just hanging on the wall, waiting for a loving hand to call. Well, someone snuck right in, opened up a bin, and the magic crossbow tasted fresher air. And they waited just a while, and with a little smile, gave it right away without a care, to shoot a bear. Well, the boy took it reverently in hand, and the teacher took a very guiding stand. So the learning how was quick and accurate. A goblin's heart was the first thing it would hit. The whisper is its name. It is the evil's bane. It can hit a fly at 101 paces. So smile now and abide, 'cause a whisper's on your side, and the enemy is busy running scared, 'cause they don't dare. You get your first heist, the museum's a job. Got a crazy, dangerous egg we gotta rob. You sneak past security, and what's your reward? I find my paladin upstairs, macking on a guard. Well, now's not the time, buddy. Now's not the time. I tell you, now's not the time. Well, you sneak into the bathroom, the vents to scout. Could lead up to the attic, gotta check that out. Another lady's in there, and what do you think? You make a big commotion, push her head in the drink. Well, now's not the time. Now's not the time. No, now's not the
got a cult to bust. Keep it on the lowdown, no muss, no fuss. You're getting all the clues. Are you feeling smug? You find your partner trying to steal the living room rug. No, now's not the time. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Well, we're gonna sneak into the prison, so says the boss. Gotta find the key to treasure, take it off a dwarf. All our plans are still congealing, but here's the rub. Our buddies rubbing elbows trying to start a fight club. No, now's not the time. Now's not the time, my friend. No, now's not the time. So we're distracting the warden with sweet talking wine. My friends are in the next room committing the crime. A bad idea comes calling, maybe because of my youth. You start to tell the warden, just confessing the truth. No, no, now's not the time. Now is not the time. Now's not the time. What is life about? It's all so confusing. Why am I here? What leaf have I turned? What is life about? It's always amusing. Better stand clear, you've already been burned. We struggle for treasure, we struggle for gold, they struggle for glory. Here's what I've been told, they struggle for power, to lead or be led. Is all life a struggle until I lie dead? What is life about? It's all so confusing. Why am I here? What leaf have I turned? What is life about? It's always amusing. Better stand clear, you've already been burned. Hold the truth in your hand, then it is gone. You think it goes one way, but it's the other one. Complexion's changing, won't ever be fixed. We are grandfathers, fathers, and yet we are sons. If you ever find the truth, admit you were wrong. If you want your salvation, I'll give you a song. When the world's on your shoulders, you're down on your knees. Will greed ever die? Will there ever be peace? What is life about? It's all so confusing. Why am I here? What leaf have I turned? What is life about? It's always amusing. Better stand clear, you've already been burned. Apple pie. Supper's done, you rest your feet. Now you're needing something sweet. Your wife steps up to your surprise. You see fresh cow milk and apple pie. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. But some's too damp and some is sour. Some is made with too much flour. If you want the best you can't deny, gotta go see Mr. Brightside. Apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. Soft and flaky, crusty, yum. I gotta go and get me some. Granny's apples, the whitest flesh, reddest skin, bright side's the best. Apple pie, my apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. This is called the Ballad of a Crossbow called Whisper. Sitting in a dusty storage room, lonely and forsaken, made of wood and leather and bone. Magic in the making, hung a hand crossbow just hanging on the wall, waiting for a loving hand to call. Well, someone snuck right in, opened up a bin, and the magic crossbow tasted fresher air. And they waited just a while, and with a little smile, gave it right away without a care to shoot a bear. Well, the boy took it reverently in hand, and the teacher took a very guiding stand. So the learning how was quick and accurate. A goblin's heart was the first thing it would hit.
And Ashrina is currently in the guise of the watchman of the Myriad, and they are taking the Elix, the person they are there to confront, noticed his informant coming in, nodded to him, and headed off towards the bathroom. I'll share a map of the tavern with you guys for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Completely innocuous reasons.
Yep. Total coincidence, just for informational purposes. That's all.
Let's see.
I just thought of a great way to distract him.
And
It's me.
he is headed into that room there, which is the bathroom. Kind of made this impression that that's where you're supposed to follow to give your report.
So, as I kind of come sliding into the tavern after Ashrina, do I kind of see where Elix gets up and walks off from? And...
Yeah, you all witnessed all of that happen.
Okay.
So,
I have chosen to make the cloak look just, like, very innocuous. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, enough of a hood to kind of cover my face. Just very, like, the most nondescript brown robe you could possibly own.
My cloak billows.
It does.
Where is
Constantly.
the waitress he was flirting with right now?
She's in the center there. She's the one moving around.
Okay. I am gonna strike up a conversation with her.
Okay.
Has he left a drink on the bar, Elix?
He has.
Okay. So, and it's a full drink?
Probably midway through.
Okay. So I'm while Garrick is distracting the bartender and the barmaid, I'm gonna attempt to slip the torpor into his drink.
All right. So you head over to where he's at. Go ahead and make me that sleight of hand check. What do you say to her to get her attention?
Basically, ask her. Like I'm generally interested in like her station here, and just first time here. I'm having the whiskey, but like, have you worked here long? Can you give me a recommendation of like what the locals really, really gravitate toward? I want to try the best while I'm here.
She says, listen, sweetie, it's not that kind of bar. You just kind of drink what you drink. It's not like fancy or nothing.
No, I don't expect it to be fancy, but every bar I've been to, regardless of where in the city it is, has a drink they're known for.
Yeah, that's not this place.
Okay. Whiskey's good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Do you need another?
Yeah, I'm almost done with this one. I think I will take another one.
Excellent.
20 on the sleight of hand check.
Yeah, you easily sneak the dosage into his cup, as it were.
Super good.
Ashrita, what are you doing?
They need to invest in some of those like sleeves you put over your drink when you walk away from it.
And then I'm gonna obviously continue walking, right, and take a seat kind of where I can see, but be away from the others a little bit.
Sure, wherever you want to be.
Hey guys, it's not cool to slip things in people's drinks. Continue.
It is not. It is very uncool to slip things into people's drinks.
Even if you're good at it.
Unless they are a member of
20.
a secretive evil organization that you are at war with, and then maybe it's possibly okay. But it also might be a war crime.
What was it we said last time? Be gay, do war crimes?
Yeah.
It is my motto.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's not the right place to sit.
That's the new name of our group, Gay Worm Criminals.
Seeing him go into that room, I would like to switch seats and just kind of lean back so I can try and listen at the wall. If that makes sense.
Sure. And Ashrina's gonna start making her way into this bathroom.
Making my way downtown.
All right.
Gotta poop.
So you walk in, and he says, "So you're late."
The watch came by, and I had to they had to take a statement from that place, so we were just I was just watching to make sure things were all good.
Question: this power of yours, this ability that makes you look like him, does it make you sound like him?
Probably not.
Performance check.
That's what I'm getting at.
Where is? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sure don't. Sure don't.
We sure don't.
All right. So as you begin to speak what you just said, you realize your voice is not his voice, so you try your best. Please give me a performance check.
Perform for your life.
How about a 9?
So you begin to talk and you realize about 3/4 of the way through your sentence
Missed it by
that he's looking at you very strangely. And let's drop into initiative as he realizes you are not who you say you are.
Oh no.
We're gonna have to move fast.
I didn't think about that one. Oh, and I rolled a nat 1 for my initiative.
And you are not a halfling.
I got a 19 on my initiative.
Oh no.
17.
23.
Great, all the people outside can move.
All right. So how we're going to handle this is at the start of initiative, the question is, are you aware? So kid, please make me a perception check.
Yeah, I sure hope I'm aware.
Oh, one thing, John, the stream doesn't see our rolls in Fantasy Ground, so make sure when you roll anything, you just say what you got.
Okie dokie.
How's a 21?
Yeah, you definitely hear Ashrina start talking and try to make a weird voice and then just stop. And there's definitely the sound of a blade being drawn from somewhere.
Okay. I will move immediately. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm dashing. I'm trying to look like I have the runs.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to make a performance check. Look distraught as I run for the bathroom.
Gotcha.
And then I will slide on in here. And I will take I hear the sword drawn, so I immediately just take a whack at Elix. He has not gone first. He's not gone at all, so I have advantage on this attack.
He is not.
And let's target him. So yeah, I just kind of slide in there, and I just try to slide my rapier in between his ribs.
All right.
How's a 26?
That definitely hits.
Cool. All right, we'll throw sneak attack on there. And I think, do I get an extra die? Oh no, advantage.
You got advantage, so you would get sneak attack.
I do get sneak attack. I'm just making sure I don't get anything extra special on top of it.
It'd be a crit if he was surprised.
I was going to ask, is he surprised?
He knows something's up.
Okay.
He was the start of.
Mm-hmm.
It was his sword being drawn, so he knows something's up.
20 points of damage. So I just kind of slide into the room and just right into his ribs.
He grunts out loud. And he says, "Son of a bitch! I'm not dying in the shitter."
Could have fooled me.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Megonius.
So does Megonius
the gig's up now? I mean, that was pretty loud and obvious.
Okay, so he kind of looks back and forth between Garrick and Tarlin, and he looks at the patrons in the bar. Do they seem hostile?
The patrons in the bar do not seem hostile. They seem extremely curious.
I see. So God, what is he going to do? This is quite the pickle.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Person you have
Megonius.
never met before went running into the bathroom in an attempt to murder a stranger. What do you do?
So he is going to try and pass off the grunt as his own. He's going to go, oh, ooh. He's turning towards all the patrons.
We're
He's
playing
going to
this
stand out
off.
here.
I love this.
Oh, my stomach, I have a mighty thirst. Barmaid, please, I need a drink.
Performance or deception, your choice.
Okay.
Megonius so much.
Let's
Oh,
go
boy.
with performance. He'll even throw in a little prestidigitation as well.
What is the prestidigitation?
It's going to be a faint odor. A foul smelling odor.
All right. Go ahead.
All right.
It's Ace Ventura. Do not go in
Go
there.
I rolled a 12.
All right. You see that the waitress is like, I'll be right there.
Please hurry.
Darling.
Five, 10, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 patrons is what I see.
Correct.
And 1 barmaid.
There actually should be another bartender behind the bar. I'll grab him in a second. But yes.
Okay, so 7 patrons, bartender.
The barmaid's over by Garrick, the bartender's behind the bar.
And none of them have gotten up or reached for anything.
Not as of yet.
Okay. Then I won't need that cone. I'll go ahead
The Harlan, the gloves are off, just blasting commoners now. Fuck it.
So anyway,
I'm just gonna blind them.
Oh, color spray, right.
Instead, like, he already has his gem of brightness out, and he's looking at the patrons like he's gonna flashbang the whole bar. And instead, he just turns and fires the bolt into Elix's eyes.
All right.
So that is a con save DC 15 on Elix.
Con save. He fails.
Okay. He is now blinded as a beam of light shoots out of the gem of brightness right into his eyes.
sucks to be that guy.
He's in a room with 2 rogues and he's blind. Good luck!
It's about to really fucking be that guy.
Does blind give
Damn.
us advantage on hitting
Sure
him?
does.
Yep.
That's hot.
That uses another charge from my gem of brightness, so I'm down to 48.
So that was actually a bright beam of light that just shot into the bathroom, right?
Yes.
All right.
He turns, holds the gem up, and shoots a beam of light into the bathroom.
Okay.
And just turns, looks at Megonius, and goes, "Air freshener?"
Ta-da!
He telepaths into your mind. What the fuck is going on?
This commoner kind of comes over and just starts looking into the bathroom and looking at you both. He's very confused.
Excuse me, we need some privacy here. You don't just watch somebody shit.
The bartender, however,
Gets the shotgun from under the bar.
And by shotgun, we mean wand of fireballs.
comes out and he does have a club
Oh,
in his hand.
Who
All
does
right,
it look
break
like
it up,
he's-
break it up.
Okay, gotcha.
Garrick.
Well, bartender said to break it up, so he's not going to do what he was gonna do originally. He is gonna move in front of the door, though.
Ow.
And he's
Why
basically
did it
gonna.
shut?
No, well, I thought about it, but I'm like, actually, yeah. You know what? I am gonna shut the door because I'm gonna say they deserve their privacy, and then I lift both hands and go, nothing to see. It's just a friendly disagreement. Let them work it out. Everybody go back to their drinks. It'll be
A
fine.
friendly shitting match.
A
You can
literal
make
pissing
a
contest.
persuasion or deception check, your choice.
The same. That is a 22.
Hey, I like
Good roll.
22s.
The bartender's like, you heard the man, everybody back to drinking.
But also, I mean, I'm still listening to what's going on inside, so I can be like in case I can tell something goes wrong in there.
In case the stabbing twins don't stab hard enough.
Well, I want to make sure that make sure that the voice I hear getting stabbed is not yours.
And this
We appreciate that.
this other commoner comes over and grabs their friend and starts tugging them back towards the table.
Let's leave the 5 weirdos alone. Back to our seat.
Gary, mind your fucking business.
So
There's
he
5
is
of them. It's a fucking
blind.
adventuring company.
Right. So he's blind.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows where you were.
Mm-hmm.
And kid, you stabbed the crap out of him. So he's going to try first attack.
That would imply he has more than one.
Well, he does have a scimitar in one hand and a dagger in the other.
Gotcha.
He swings blindly with the scimitar and misses. And tries a riposte cut back with the same scimitar. Does a 7 hit?
A 7 does not hit. Very close.
That will also miss. And then he attempts to skewer you in the gut with his dagger if he knew where your gut was.
A lot of attacks.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 20 and a natural 1, being as
The
how he's
disadvantage,
blinded.
unfortunately, that means the 1 is going to be the 1.
So
it's too bad.
The dagger kind of thuds into the wall behind you as he misses you completely. Son of a bitch!
At the end of his turn, he may make a con save to attempt to shake off the blindness.
Oh, he will definitely attempt that.
Please do not.
Yeah, I would like the edge.
Oh, but with an 11, he's still going to fail and stay blind.
I am the greatest cleric alive!
Thank goodness for my magical bauble!
Trina, it is your turn.
Good. Shrina's gonna take her rapier and ram it into his chest area.
Please stab him with Lord Stabbington. Thank you.
Oh, I don't have to roll with advantage, right? It should
Yeah.
automatically do it.
Yeah, he's got the blinded
yeah,
condition.
It should be.
Okay,
be
cool.
automatic.
It
did
was
not.
not, so let me crit fish
Because
it.
you're not targeting him.
Oh, well, I remember how to play D&D. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 is exactly what you need.
Good. That one. Oh, and 3d6. Oh my god, it's like I don't play this every week. So 7 plus 12, so 19 points of damage.
Dang.
And that entire time, she wasn't targeting him.
The 7, I think, was.
The 7 was. I just forgot to hit
Sneak attack.
the second button.
So 12 more.
So between the two of them, they've done 39 points. Jesus. I would be dead.
That's why we're called the
He is
Stabbing
not.
Twins.
That is why we are called the Stabbin' Twins.
We need to get me more of these shiny rocks.
So the waitress comes over and says, "Is everything all right in there?"
It's a really big poop.
And you hear him say, "No, they've got me blinded and cornered and they're stabbing the crap out of me." And her eyes get really big. This couple by the door is going to take this opportunity to leave.
Honey,
Oh, we have to go shopping now. I completely forgot to get the groceries.
We are gonna have to buy this bar out.
See,
We
on my
like
next
one
turn,
of
I was
everything.
offered to
Here's
buy
500
drinks.
gold.
All right. Let's see. Top of the round. Back to Kid.
Cool. I think we know what I'm gonna do. But I am going to take this opportunity to. I'd like to try and make a stealth check as my free action. I'd like to try and kind of sneak around him because he's still blind. He doesn't know where I am, so I'd like to very quietly reposition away from him if
Could I
possible.
make me a stealth roll?
Maybe.
Does he get advantage because the dude's blind? But
Well,
that
it
it
doesn't
matters.
need it.
26, crit on the die.
Yeah, you quietly move around wherever you want to move to.
Yeah, so I just kind of slide around him. And I'll stab him.
Sure.
How's a 20?
That definitely hits. He was definitely not suspecting it from that position, so he is
17.
now aware of your position.
17 more
where it came
damage.
from. Yeah, that hurt a lot. He's not looking good.
Okay. And I will just take a little 5-foot move over here. Just,
All right.
Be done.
Megonius.
He is going to stumble over to the waitress, and he's going to he doesn't really want to do this, but he approaches her and he says, "Please, I must insist you get me a drink." And he like grabs her.
Okay. Make a athletics check to grab her.
Okay. Good thing I'm great at athletics.
I bet you are.
Does an 8 work?
Well, she got a 9 to defend, so no. She kind of pushes your arm away and she says, "I'm sorry, sir. You must have consent to touch me. Keep
Good
your
on her.
hands to yourself."
Yes, indeed. I just really need that drink right now, as you can tell.
Can you tell there's something going on here? The nice gentleman's being stabbed in the bathroom.
What? Preposterous! Can't you smell that hideous odor?
Well, yeah, but it is a bathroom.
Perhaps he is experiencing the stabbing pains of a difficult shit. Never considered that. Worst perception shot, the worst check of
Oh my
all
god, I'm
time.
gonna cry. I'm crying.
All right, Tarlin.
Oh, I'm crying.
So Tarlin is going to like wince at what Meg said, turn to the waitress, and I would like to roll medicine to try and come up with some jargon to basically describe D&D version of appendicitis.
Okay. Give me that medicine check.
Nice.
25.
Excellent. So you wax poetical about the ins and outs of issues with
And I will
appendicitis.
explain that the two people that went into the bathroom were medical professionals that we keep around for him, because he can't be trusted to go to the bathroom on his own. That's why you always see him going to the bathroom with other people.
Nicely done.
Nice.
Nicely done. Nicely done. All right.
If you could get my friend his drink now.
I'm your friend?
That's always the response.
That's always the response.
This episode is now just called Meg Makes a Friend.
What's great is that it's canon and John didn't know it was canon.
Every time.
So the bartender is going to push his way to the door. Tarlin, you are in the way. He is going to try to push you out of the way. Do you resist?
Yes.
All right.
You need consent to touch me.
Indeed.
All right, you
Is
may
he
make
pushing me
a.
with a grapple or with a club?
Well, he's got the club in one hand, but he's trying to push you out of the way to get to the door.
Athletically, a 21.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
nice. So he tries to push you, and he's like, "Hey, man, you don't want none of this.
Or I'm sorry, acrobatically 21.
You don't want none of this. Step out of the way."
Sir, I'm a trained professional. I'm a man of God.
Hey, good man. I mean, he's not wrong.
It's not a lie. Fair enough. Garrick, it's your turn.
Yep. What did the waitress do after Meg's little request for a drink and Harlan saying
Well,
he
Meg
has
tried to
appendicitis?
grab,
Mm-hmm.
and she read him the riot act.
Right.
She's really worried about this guy who is her regular, who's been coming in, tipping her very handsomely, yada
Right.
yada yada. She is very concerned about the guy in the bathroom.
All right. I turn to her and go, look, I know this is alarming, but as my friend explained, he does have a medical condition. He flares up when he drinks too much, and the people in there with him are basically with him until he calms down. This happens occasionally.
Deception check.
Yeah.
We're gonna calm his ass right down.
17.
He gonna go night night.
All right.
JD from Scrubs.
In a round and a half, we've done like 60 damage to him.
Meanwhile, Shrina and Kid are going, I'm going to cut you open. I'm going to cut you open.
We're performing surgery.
Correct.
The clasp sends its regards.
All right. It is now his turn.
Did you stick your initials into me?
So he is moving. Ashrina, he is leaving your threatened square.
I'm gonna fucking stab the shit out of him.
Okay.
Do it.
As you do.
I dare you.
How about a 22?
That will hit.
God, that blind was so good, Tarlin.
For an extra 11 points of damage.
And
Don't forget your sneak attack. He's still blind.
On that. You get sneak
Do
attack
I
on
get sneak on that in a reaction?
It doesn't matter because he's.
Hey, well, any attack.
Because he's down anyway.
It doesn't matter because he's down anyway.
Good.
So you put your rapier through him, and he screams his death scream. And
While he tries to scream, I grab and clamp my hand around his mouth.
Make me a dexterity saving throw to see if you can do that as a reaction.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Oh,
11.
He gets most of it out, but you do have the body gently land on the ground instead of thud down to the ground.
Gotcha. Okay. Is that a window I see behind me?
It is.
Fan fucking tastic. So, how big a boy is he?
Well, we should stay in initiative just in case.
Yeah,
Agreed.
how big a boy is he?
He's kind of thuggish sized.
And looking out the window, what do I see?
It's an alley.
Nobody in the alley, no
Nope.
myriad thugs skulking around, nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
Window
How
open.
big's the window?
Standard window sized.
Okay, so not like a bathroom window.
Right.
And the window opens?
You haven't tried it yet. Ashrina, it's your turn.
Cool. Are we picking this fucker up? Actually, I'm just gonna search him for the key.
Do that
Okay.
first.
So you pat him down. Yes, he does have a key.
Cool.
Run his entire pockets. Just run. Just take his. Yeah, just run.
I'm
his whole
taking
pocket.
literally everything off of him.
Sure. Give me a second and I'll gather that info.
Right into the purse.
Right into the purse.
Ooh.
I wasn't dropping a hint about something else.
I love this.
We didn't previously discuss people in the purse.
Never.
We did.
today.
Not once. Never.
Give me 1 second here.
he jumped out the window.
We thought you was a toad.
There's several. He's got just some coins in his pockets as well as a key.
Cool.
Are you taking his weaponry too, or are you just leaving that on the floor?
I mean, my next thought of action is that I'm 3 feet tall and I can't lift a giant fucking man. So I'm gonna take my bag, say, I'm never gonna get the stain out of this, and then just start at the bottom of his feet and start shoving the bag up this guy's legs, and trying to stuff him into my purse.
All right. So the plan is you're going to begin the process of putting his body into your bag after you grab the key and his coin pouch.
Mm-hmm. Kid,
the
try
key and the
pushing him
coin
from the other
pouch
side.
are in the party sheet for you.
Perfect. I will take the key and put it on my person.
All right. So the waitress is going to try to push past you, Garrick, to get in there.
Okay.
This is gonna be real weird.
I am gonna resist. You're like,
Okay.
Nat 1! That's an 8.
All right. Let's see if she can muscle her way past you.
She's very dexterous.
Sadly, with only a 5, she does not get past you, and you are able to hold her back. She says, "Sir, there's someone obviously hurt in there."
It's fine. This happens all the time.
And can we hear what they're saying outside of the bathroom?
Oh yeah, they're not being pushed. I mean,
Okay.
this is a hysterical bartender,
Okay.
barmaid.
I just want to make sure that I'm able
check
to
on one
follow.
of her regular customers.
Just making sure I'm following what's happening outside.
Yeah. All right. See who would go next.
It's like, kid.
Yeah,
It
back
would
to
have been.
kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as my free action, I'm gonna take the cloak and like put like an embroidered like symbol of like the Royal Hospital on the front of my cloak.
Nice.
Just like small gold embroidery, not big. You wouldn't notice it if you weren't looking for it, right? But on this nice
Right.
brown nondescript cloak, now there's a nice embroidered symbol of the Royal Hospital of Amman. And I am going to finish shoving him in the bag.
Excellent. So the recently deceased lieutenant from the Myriad is now in a bag of holding.
He is. And
his scimitar and dagger would be on the floor, however.
I'm also just gonna. I don't want them, but I'm just gonna scooch them into the bag so that there's not like weaponry just like on the floor.
All right.
You mean?
There is blood, but other than that,
there is blood.
That's fine.
Okay, so we're gonna have to really lie well to get out of this one. So I'm gonna open the window, and I'm gonna tell Ashrina to leave with the bag, and I am going to stay.
Okay. Meg.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I have forgotten that I left my stove on, and he misty steps.
Nice.
Let me see where I'm gonna get the details because I think it's just where you can see.
It is
unoccupied. He's going to teleport outside of the bar through the window.
Okay.
So he's going to just kind of like teleport right out here.
Sure.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And then he's going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you see Meg at the window in the bathroom on the outside.
And as his action, he will cast Prestidigitation to clean the blood.
Shit, son, that is beautiful.
All right, so the blood kind of like lifts up off the ground, swirls in, and lands in the sink and goes down the sink.
And he gives 2 thumbs up, and he relays a message. Ha ha! How was that?
All right.
In Thieves' Cant, Kid will just give the high sign.
Tarlin.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
My stove.
Justin, are you there? Are you frozen?
I believe he's frozen.
I think he is, because he's also dropped off of Fantasy Grounds.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
That was a handsome picture of him.
It was.
Let's see if he said anything.
Let's be real, though. Every picture of Justin's a handsome picture.
That is true.
Haha, I'm Sean now.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hey,
You're
you're
so much
back.
more luscious than mine, though.
Hey, welcome back. He's moving again. Hello.
Yes.
It's your turn,
He was
Tyler.
trying to like
It is your
freeze frame
turn,
back
Tyler.
exactly where he left.
I know you're working on getting back in, but
So Meg teleported out. That's the last thing I heard before my cat turned off my computer.
gotcha.
Prestidigitated all the blood up off the bathroom floor and gave us a big mental thumbs up.
Through the window. It was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so don't know what happened there. I'm being pushed by a bartender. So I'm going to reach into my pouch. I'm going to pull out a little sack of 50 coins and say, I'm sorry for all the trouble and disturbance and the loss of business. This should cover everything. And I will hand him a sack of 50 gold pieces.
And he definitely takes that and goes, fair enough, and walks back to the bar.
I have spent so much money bribing people, it's ridiculous.
It's Tarla that does all of our bribing. We lie, we cheat, we steal, we murder, but we don't bribe. We definitely do not give
Alan
bribes.
just reaches in and goes, yeah, I'll pay for it. And then I would like to go sit down back where I was and wait for my drink.
Okay.
So let me pull the map back up because I know how. And yeah, I'm gonna go back to this chair and look at the bar, the waitress, and go, I'm still waiting for service.
There's been a little bit of craziness. Sorry, sir. Garrick, it's your turn.
1-star review.
So it's noticeably quieter in there now, right?
It is silent.
In the bathroom.
One might say silent as a
Okay.
tomb.
I'm gonna knock on the door and say, "Is everything all right in there?"
You hear Kid very perfectly calm. Everything's just fine. We've just had to transport him to the hospital. We'll be done momentarily.
Okay. And I hold up a hand and go, "He needs medical attention. They're extracting him. Let's give them let's give them the discretion and wait till they're done."
Are you people?
I point to my Raven Queen symbol and go, I'm a member of the church. Just
I'm a hungry priest that wants potatoes.
Simple man of the cloth.
I'm humble.
All right, Ashrina, what do you do?
Am I still going out the window? Oh, okay. Hike me up there, buddy.
Yeah.
And then I will
do a
just
foot stirrups.
All right, so you're taking off out the window with the bag of holding with the dead lieutenant. We can drop out of initiative, but the barmaid is going to be very curious about this.
Yeah. So I will open the door. The bathroom is pristine. There's no blood anywhere. No sign of a disturbance. The only thing is just an open window and me standing in the door. And I will very calmly step out. And I'll look at the barmaid and I'll apologize for the inconvenience and I'll point to my medical staff little insignia and I'll just say, this is he's been my ward for some time now. We've known that he's had this problem for quite a while. We went ahead and had our medical team transport him out the back window. I truly am sorry for the inconvenience to your establishment. And then I will just kind of shrug.
He's been in here drinking for years. He's never mentioned anything about having a medical history.
It's embarrassing for him.
Yeah, it's not something you would broadcast, really.
I'm sorry I pooped so hard that I pass out. Can I get potatoes now?
Did you smell what was happening in there? Would you tell a woman you were interested in that you had that going on?
How do you know he was interested in me?
I saw
it was
obvious. Drinking this evening. I saw the way he looked at you. You were the only one taking care of him all night. Also, I follow him everywhere. Of course I know.
That part.
I've never seen you before.
That's the point, ma'am.
And I'll just salute and walk off. Out the door.
All right. So she ends up going over to talk to the bartender and is very, very confused. He just starts counting out coins and handing her some.
Just take this and go.
And if you're wanting to make your way out of here, you totally can.
Oh, I walked immediately out the door.
I figured you did.
Yeah, I'm gone.
In the alley, Ashrina and Meg, you actually find Meg standing right outside that window you climbed through.
I'm gonna drop disguise self and just give him a high five.
Yeah, he high fives you, and he telepathically says, "Excellent work! I think that went swimmingly."
That's actually probably the smoothest we have ever incapacitated somebody and left. I mean, that was very surgical. When I do walk out the front door, I am gonna kind of take a post a little bit down the block and just make sure I don't see anybody scurrying to and from the tavern. You know what I mean?
Not a problem.
Just making sure I'm not seeing anybody on watching.
No, oddly enough, this there's not been anyone that seemed to be with him or whatnot, and there's no indication that he was here with any sort of security whatsoever.
Sloppy.
Before Garrick walks out of the bar, he'll walk up to the waitress, and hand her 10 gold and say, "I appreciate your loyalty to your customers, and I'm sure he does as well. Sorry for the ruckus."
Can I know where he was taken so I could go visit him?
I actually don't know. I've got to ask. I've got to ask the medic that's with him. I don't know where they took him. I'll find out.
I sure hope he's okay.
He should be. Last time this happened, he was kind of out of it for a couple days, but then he was fine.
Okay. All right. So
After Garrick leaves, first I make sure that I'm doing the basically the reverse of what Kid was doing. I'm making sure no one inside the bar is like whispering to someone. And then I'm going to deliberately walk to the bar, go to the drink that was poisoned, and slap it off the bar and said, "I never got my potatoes," and storm out.
Oh my god, Tarlin's a Karen.
Now
Oh
Tarlin
my
is
God.
trying to keep somebody from accidentally drinking the torpor and getting poisoned.
Correct. I'm trying to save a life.
I did leave
Well
a
done.
loaded gun on the bar and walk out.
You did. Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's fair.
But specifically knock over that drink so it pours out, and then walk out.
Sure.
And then we're going to meet at the northeast corner of the stables outside.
No, northeast is right. It's the most north. Northeast.
The northeast. The northeast corner.
I'm going to watch the street surreptitiously until I see Tarlin and Garrick leave the bar. I'm going to watch until everybody has left the bar, and then I will slip away and head to the rendezvous.
Got it. Not a problem. You're easily make your way, extract yourselves separately, and reconvene where you were intending to reconvene. And I believe
Holy
that
shit, we
was
just assassinated a high-ranking member of the Myriad in public without raising any alarms at all. Well, minorly. That was probably the most clean a plan has ever actually gone. I'm really impressed with
It's
this.
really surprising considering it kind of went off the rails almost immediately. Nice recovery.
Listen, I said I could look like him.
No, it wasn't your fault. It happens. But it was a nice recovery. It was well done.
Yeah. No, that actually
Listen.
went very smoothly.
It all
You just had basically
All
a Han
props to-
Solo in the detention block moment.
all props to Meg. He cleaned up our mess, literally.
Mhm.
Oh, well, it was because we had jolly good cooperation that we were able to complete this task. And I must say that it was quite enjoyable. What are we doing next?
Maybe
More
dumping
murders,
this body out of my purse.
Yeah, what are we gonna do with it?
Dumpster.
The
Dumpster
problem.
fire.
Here's the problem with that. We told them, "Hey, he's going to go to the hospital." When this body is found dead in a dumpster, they're going to come looking for us, and they're going to have our descriptions. We need to figure out something else to do with the body that people can't discover it.
Well, right now he's currently in an extraplanar space.
He is.
So we can just
He
leave
is.
him in an extra. Let's just leave him in an extraplanar space until we are not on the clock, and then we can feed him to pigs or off screen. We'll go do something with him. It's fine.
We could pull a Sondheim and bake him into a pie.
I was just thinking we have a
Absolutely not.
farm upstate. We can
Listen,
we'll send him to the farm upstate. He'll frolic with the other Eugene, right? Like we'll just it'll be great.
Our pies are the only clean thing about our business right now.
That is very true.
It's not true. The break. Well, oh yeah, okay. Our pies are the only good clean thing about our business right now.
It is our legitimate front.
So,
It is.
but yeah, I feel
I
like
can leave him in there for now.
we'll definitely get him out of your purse as soon as possible. I'm positive that somebody in the class will know how to make a body disappear.
True.
Positive.
I'm sure the clasp has cleaners.
Mr. DM.
You just call the wolf Mr. Wolf.
That's all you had to say.
Is the pocket dimension like a vacuum? Like, will this body start to decompose inside of my purse?
You have no knowledge of whether that would happen or not.
It'd be a fun experiment.
It does run out of air in 10 minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah, but he's dead, so the air doesn't.
Right, the air doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, I don't know. Good question.
I hope that he's not in the purse. If he's in the purse long enough to start decomposing, we have fucked up tonight.
Everybody in Twitch chat, make sure you vote for your MVP of the bar. I put up a poll.
Nice.
So far, Meg is the clear winner with 2 votes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll vote for Meg. That works for me.
Oh, thanks, guys.
It's a landslide victory.
Meg for president.
All right, so what is the plan?
We're meeting in the northeast corner.
I didn't think we would get this far without raising the alarm significantly, so I don't have a plan for this second part of things. Okay, and we have the master key, and we think, based on the map from Eugene, that probably the painting is upstairs where the guildmaster sleeps, or in the basement
where there's a lot of traps.
Is it something that you're looking for?
Yes, we're looking for a painting of a.
Ah, that would make sense. Because as I left, I was handed something quite handy for this mission, though I did not know what it was going to be used for. Such is the secrecy of our, well, you know.
Put one hand alongside my nose and wink.
Just smile and nod, everyone. Just.
And he produces a scroll of locate object.
Wild.
Perhaps this might help?
I'm pretty sure that is what Warren had in mind when he handed it to you, yes. Or had it handed to you. I don't think Warren probably handed it to you. He's so busy.
Wonderful. Now I just need to read how this works, so I know what to do.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. None of it's specifically has to be an object you're familiar with.
This is a famous painting.
So the stalker will locate a specific object known to you as long as you have seen it up close within 30 feet. We've all been in,
except for Meg.
Lululemon.
Correct.
Except for Meg. But I will just say that this is a famous in the class painting made by the founder of our organization, and I bet we have a picture of it somewhere.
I can also cast it.
Same. Yeah.
It's on all of our spell lists.
All right. Yeah, he'll
Not
just
mine.
like kind of gesture the scroll. He's like, who's going to take it? I have no idea.
As long as the wording is, Scott, the spell can locate any specific object known to you as long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. The problem with that is we say the nearest painting, we don't know it's going to be that painting.
Right, but
nearest
you've
painting
seen
of
that. You've seen this
Cagliostro.
painting,
Right.
so
And we know the name of the painting, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and we also know Constantori and have yeah. Oh God, we're gonna have to shut this painting up.
Oh, that's
the
true.
painting is known as Constantori's portrait. You were told that.
Okay, so we're casting this spell.
I'm happy to cast it.
I would rather you did because I still have season invisibility for an hour. and
Right,
it's
I say I'm not
concentration.
concentrating on anything.
Right. So
So yeah, I will use the scroll to cast locate object, naming the painting, and it would tell me, it would sense the direction of the object's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet of you, and if it's in motion, I know the direction of its movement.
Okay.
Meg, I'm sorry I doubted you. This is very useful.
I had no idea you were doubting me at all. Better that I didn't know. But I'm so glad that you stopped, because I have faith in all of you.
Great.
You do strike me as a man of supreme confidence, a confidence man, if you will.
don't worry, you'll get over that because
The confidence?
in us,
Faith in
yes,
Oh,
yeah.
All right. So, where are you casting this from?
The northest corner.
No, we're not. We're going like a little bit away, not direct. We're not spending 10 minutes casting a spell right outside their window.
Casting time is an action. It takes 3 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, it lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was what I was looking at. All right.
I mean, we can be not up against the building when we do it because casting is loud because it's verbal and somatic and material. But as long as we're within 1,000 feet of the building.
Mm-hmm.
So slightly, a couple of buildings away, kind of thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense that it is you cast the spell and you have a direct pull, and you can see a direct line between yourself and the upper level of the tower that is part of the guild house.
Of course, it's in her fucking room.
So, casting, Tarlin opens his eyes, looks towards the building, and just starts craning his neck upward. Yep. We're going up.
Well, I will just mention that Warren did say that Dusk was similar in skill to him, so we might want to be careful.
When Tarlin cranes his neck upward, Garrick reaches into his pack with a chuckle and just pulls out his grappling hook.
Are there any windows on that turret tower thing?
There are.
On the upper floor?
There are. All of the windows of this place are boarded over, however.
I think we're going in.
Looks like it. Put the grappling hook away. What was the tower?
Do you think you could sneak in, get it, and we could set the place on fire?
I would rather not go in by myself.
The two of you. I guess three of you. Garrick's pretty sneaky.
Yeah, I'd go with him.
Meg, I don't know how sneaky you are, but I imagine with your level of bombast, you would get about 3 steps in before announcing yourself.
Ah, yes, but I also have the disguise self spell. I could disguise myself as a member of their nefarious organization.
Like Elix, maybe?
Perhaps even Elix.
Just don't talk.
Ah, yes, of course. I'm very good at that. As I am good at very many things.
Press FX for doubt.
I actually like this idea.
Yep.
Elix
Then we could
wouldn't-
just walk in.
Yeah.
Elix wouldn't sleep in that part of the guild house.
No,
Just
but
has
he
to
might.
get us in.
He might also be reporting about what happened at with the Brinkies report.
Then he sure will need to talk.
True.
I mean, he can just get us in. Like, we really just need to get in and around
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Why don't we just come up through the basement and
Traps.
like you can disarm them, can't you?
If I can see him.
Between the two of you, I have faith. We
can
find
help with
a
that.
way into the basement and just work our way up methodically, trying to avoid notice. And then we have a safe word to burn the place down and run.
Rutabaga. It worked
Always
last time.
rutabaga. Rutabaga is this group's safe word. So we shout rutabaga, we all throw alchemist fire down and make it for the nearest window.
Except for the basement doesn't connect to that other building.
I thought it did.
Not according to the map.
So on the
It
first
comes up
floor,
in the
there's that
office and
little
the-
like porch.
Yeah.
The basement's under the office and livery and the
Mhm.
stables, which is a second building from the guild house in the main floor.
Mm.
That footprint is not the same building. It's
Okay.
an outbuilding. So unless what that secret door we think might lead under the guild house's main floor, the basement does not connect to where we need to go.
But if we can at least get into the first and or the second floor, we can cross balconies.
Except there is a lookout stationed on the balcony.
We might as well just climb the back of the guild house at that point. Or walk in the front door.
So to make sure you understand what you're seeing, because you're also been able to walk around the neighborhood locally. So these are two buildings that are connected by a porch on the front. So what would be the front side? What they're calling the front side. There is no connection between them after the porch. So there's nothing connecting the second floor.
Yeah.
Honestly, it looks like our best bet. Well, I don't know about that, but there is a back door that's trapped. We know it's trapped. We can probably circumvent it.
We also have the key to that.
And there's a lookout on the front balcony.
Right.
And the back balcony.
Yeah. So we need to. Oh man. The only
back
thing
balcony of the other building, though. So if we snuck from the side, we might get away with the lookout not seeing us from that second building if we're careful.
So
but
come in from the tower side.
Yes. Especially since the windows on that tower are all boarded up, nobody would see us.
The windows in the whole place are boarded up.
Okay. Well,
right,
then nobody
they
looking
wouldn't
at nobody can look.
necessarily see that approach.
It doesn't
Right.
mean nobody can look through them.
Right.
These are boarded up windows. It's not boarded solid. So you probably, if somebody was on the inside, could be looking out.
The other option, and it would take longer and be more dangerous, would be to enter the basement, make our way up to the top floor, and take that lookout out. but we don't know what's in the building. So, if we can manage to get to the back door of the main building without being seen, that might be our best bet.
I do still have Dust of Disappearance.
Yes, I do.
I also do. But yes, we have some Dust of Disappearance. We can invisible.
Invisible's good.
I think. I mean,
I think this is going to require a different finesse in that I will go up from the basement to the 3rd floor and
By yourself?
incapacitate that guard.
You don't know what's between the basement and that guard.
I'll have the Dust of Disappearance.
My concern about that is if something happens, we will have no idea.
I also have a proposal. What if perhaps I disguised myself as Alex and I served as a distraction? Perhaps I could lure out some of the people inside while you take the back entrance and I dash away before they even realize what's happening.
That would conveniently take you out for next week.
What a coincidence!
what if I did a thing where I ran away at the end, right at the end of the session? That would be great. Oh.
His Han Solo moment where he gets all the stormtroopers to chase him.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not.
I've been forcing myself to not suggest the the obvious. Make him do it.
It's not a bad plan.
It's not.
The question is, what would you do to get them to follow you?
Oh, that's easy. I say that there's trouble, and then I run away. Follow me, lads! The trouble is that way.
I have an idea. Truck nuts. Follow me here.
I have no idea what that is, but I am fascinated.
I'm going to take my drift globe, attach it to some string, hang it in a tree, turn it on and bat it so it looks like motion. And then you say they went that way like it's a torch. And then we get in.
You know what you could say to absolutely get them to come out and follow you?
What's
that you're following people. You have the people that you say went that way. It's the clasp. They found us.
No.
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 Because I mean,
because we were never here. The clasp was not here.
It's true.
If the
You're
clasp
right.
goes to their headquarters and says, "Hey, hi, we're the clasp," we did exactly what we were told not to do.
Other than the clasp, Scott, would we know of any other groups that the
City
Myriad
Watch.
has?
The City
like,
Watch would
well,
love.
obviously,
We have a cloak that looks like any cloak. Make it a City Watch cloak. Chase fucking Elix down the street.
But here's the thing. Logically speaking, would the people in Myriad come out of their guild hall to chase down a bunch of City Watch?
Good point.
The last thing they would want is for the City Watch to know where they are.
You make a good point.
You know what wasn't that long ago? How good are you at illusions? Is just disguising yourself all you can do?
Yes.
No.
F.
Alternatively, I did hear that you were thinking of burning that motherfucker down.
Yes.
I believe those words were spoken. Yes.
Wait, we just determined they're two separate buildings, right?
Yes.
Start a fire in one.
Set the other one on
Start the
fire.
in the hay barn.
That'll get them out of the building. That's a good idea.
It puts us on a clock, but
It
It
does.
does, but a drunk Elix is very believable for starting a fire.
You
So
start the fire, you tell everyone to go fuck themselves, and then you peace out.
Or
I-
you could,
it wasn't the class that was here. As Elix, you drunkenly set the bar on fire and you say, "Fuck the Myriad, you fuckers," as loud as you can. And
That'll get them to move.
that will get them to come out. One, they have to deal with a fire. Two, you just announced where they were, who they were, and you take off into the night. We now have two vectors of distraction.
I hope you can run really fast.
He can Misty Step if he has to.
I can run as fast as any, of course, because I am good at that.
He's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
Insight check.
He's gonna die.
Yeah.
Before you go, do you have any other scrolls or
16.
items on you that you might want to? How many potions of healing do you currently have?
He's pretty sure he can move 30 feet and dash 30 feet. and as
then
a
Misty
bonus
Step
action,
30 feet.
Misty Step if he needs to.
Yeah.
That's faster than me.
Yep.
Don't worry, it's not like they're all rogues that can bonus action dash.
Ha 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 ha.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You just need to turn a corner and drop your disguise.
Oh, I was gonna recommend somebody give him a dust of disappearance, so when he ducks out of sight, he can imply it to himself, so they don't see him when they turn in the corner and look for him. Because if they see him, even without his disguise, they'll be suspicious because they'll be like, "Where did he go? Did you see him? No, I didn't see him." And yeah, okay. So I think
Who
we
are
give
you
him.
talking about?
You're right, exactly. So I think we give him a disappearance, so that when he does go and they start chasing him, he can duck into a side alley, apply the dust to himself, and just vanish.
You can.
I like it.
It's all good.
Okay, we're gonna set fire to the stables, and he's gonna shout that he's in the Myriad, and the Myriad sucks balls, and take off running.
Sounds like a
On
plan.
3.
What a sound plan! That could not
Nothing could
possibly go wrong.
Ever.
All right,
Deception.
so
We'll hand him an alchemist fire.
He has Firebolt. He can just. Well, I guess Elix doesn't know spells, so he'll just take. I guess he'll take it.
Throw a firebolt and then dump an alchemist flask after it.
Dump the alchemist. No. Dump the alchemist fire and then shoot that alchemist fire with a firebolt.
Here's a bottle of whiskey too, and I'll hand him a bottle of whiskey from
Yes.
Toxie's, and be like, "Here, you can either hold on to that to drink later, or also use it to spread fire."
Yes,
or
drinks.
the drunken Elix.
Yeah, it's part of your
You got it from the
ruse.
Toxie.
So the four of you are going to be off towards the northwest side,
Yes.
hoping to come in to
Yep.
the back door of the guild house.
Correct.
Correct.
And you're sending Meg over to the northeast side to light a fire at the barn.
I would actually
Yeah.
say southeast because the front doors. We want them to come out the front doors.
That's true.
Okay.
I do have a really. It may not seem like a relevant question, but for Garrick it is. Are there any horses in the stable?
You didn't go in. You don't know.
I don't want the horses. If there's horses, I don't want the horses to burn to death.
Well, you don't know.
You know on the map it is called the stable.
Yeah.
Not great, Bob.
Honestly, if we could open the gates to the stables and scare the horses out, that would give a third vector of distraction.
Perhaps I could use a
One
horse
is-
to get away.
One assumes that if you come bursting out of the stables and leave the door open, the horses will not be far behind you.
It's correct.
Just make sure
Sure.
they're not tied up.
Right.
I like this
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, so that's not like okay. So the plan is, Meg is going to go in, disguised as Elix. He's going to untie all the open all of the he's gonna make sure all the horses and hopefully we're hoping that no one is in there, that there's no like stable hand in there.
That there's not 5 Myriad members above their secret training facility in the basement above. No, it's probably fine. It's only the barracks of the Myriad's guild hall. I'm sure there's nobody in there.
If he he's fairly confident that he has a backup plan, but otherwise, he's gonna try and escape as best he can once he sets it on fire.
The good thing is, if something really does go wrong, you can telepathic. We'll at least know to come and help.
The range on that is 60 feet, so if
you're fucked. Sorry.
I mean,
Megan goes, listen, this is a very dangerous and very exciting thing for you to be doing. It's very honorable. If you are going to die, please die in a place that you're easily retrievable. I will try and bring you back, or at least take all your stuff and give it to Ashrina.
I don't
Oh my god.
Please hold this diamond worth exactly 400 gold pieces. Thank you.
300. No, I'm not skimming off the top.
Shoot. What was I
Those who are
thinking of?
about to die.
Oh, Garrick chuckles to himself, reaches into his pack and pulls out a small bag, hands it to Meg and goes, if they start to get too close to you, just dump this out. And I give him a bag with 1,000 ball bearings in it.
Yes, I shall remember all of this. These things that I am tasked with.
He's so dead.
He's going to he's going to send his owl to scout the stables.
Okay.
Is
That's a good
there
idea.
there might be like a little like hatchery up at, or like a little like window up at the top of the hayloft, maybe?
Are you setting the owl in the upper level?
Into the hayloft first. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So up in the upper level on the hayloft, there is a 5-foot wide walkway that walks the perimeter around that area. There are loading doors on the north side, or a small loading door on the north side and a larger one on the south side where hay would be loaded up into the loft from. Otherwise, it is open down below, and your owl would be able to easily get in up there and look around in the hayloft from the hayloft point of view and see that there are about a dozen or so horses stabled in there, and sleeping in the hay is a young boy, youngish boy, like a 13-year-old, 14-year-old boy.
God damn it, Scott.
We are now cursed with
I
knowledge.
didn't write the module.
Guess you're taking this child with you. Now you're kidnapping.
So there are a dozen horses and one stable boy, aged about your age, probably younger.
Whose age?
Great.
How old are all of you?
Do
I'm in
you
my
assume
20s.
I'm a child because I'm small?
No, quite
Are
the
you just
contrary.
like Sil? This is Sliver.
No, I
You think I have big ears?
no, it's just that I
It's okay.
I'm-
is it?
So-
It does
Yeah.
not feel so.
So what you're saying is there's a humanoid boy in there that we can't burn alive.
Well, unless you'd like to do something that is unjust and perhaps dare I say evil.
Hey, I have a question. I don't know how magic works. Misty Step. You said you can Misty Step, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you take somebody with you?
Oh no, definitely not. I would need a spell like Dimension Door for that.
Oh.
Oh, no, definitely not. I can't do any of that. Any of the things you've asked for, none of that.
None of that.
Dimension Door. Can you Dimension Door?
Meg, question about this the boy you're seeing. Is he
No.
is he in a position that if
Oh
the
no,
horse
I'm
started
not. I'm not seeing any boy. No. No, that's weird. Why would you ask that?
The
Anyway.
one in the stable.
The one in the stable.
Ah, yes.
Is he in a position that if the horse started to stampede?
Wait,
he would
what's
be
wrong with
trampled?
seeing a boy?
No. I'm putting my foot in my mouth in this here. It's just that he.
So first you're ageist, and now you're not okay with me having married the love of my life who happened to be a
that's
man?
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I think he's more saying like a
He's a child.
child.
Just too young. Please.
Okay. So you would date a man.
Oh, certainly.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with it?
No, I wouldn't see why not.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with any of this. Just
Sliver, go on.
sorry
It's a
for
perfectly
derailing.
normal conversation to be having outside the headquarters of the guild, where we're playing. Yeah, this is totally
It is
normal.
never the wrong time or place to discuss equality.
Right. Yes. Please continue. I'm derailing.
Is this young boy in a position that if the horses started to stampede, he would be in danger, or is he outside of that area?
He is
asleep
sleeping.
in the hayloft.
He's in the hayloft. Okay. That's actually worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rises.
Yes.
My thought was
Thermodynamics is a bitch.
He's sleeping,
prestidigitation.
to be clear, he's sleeping on a pile of extremely flammable stuff.
Right. Well,
Right.
my thought was use prestidigitation to create a loud noise, spook the horses out of the stable, but maybe that'll wake the boy up, but we don't know.
Perhaps I, as Elix, could lure him down as well and tell him to go into the house.
Just have the bird claw him.
Are you suggesting that I maim a child?
Oh my god.
Just
Tunnelin.
Not claw like Ming, but like poke, claw at him to wake him up.
Flap, 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 flap,
Could you
flap.
just hoot at him? Could you just
Land on him. Yeah.
Well, Hoodles isn't one for combat, but a light tap there or here might jolt the boy, I suppose.
We just need to get him out of the building. Will he
Yeah.
follow a bird?
Perhaps, if the bird were annoying, I will give it a try.
Is the bird anything like you?
Hoodles has his own personality.
And Hoodles is sitting on your shoulder looking very indignant at Charlie.
Oodles.
Owls aren't very nice. He's gonna claw your eyeballs out.
What? Hoodles? No. Hoodles is a good boy. You wouldn't claw anyone's eyes out now, would you?
I hear there's a nice juicy rat up there.
Not to be confused with the young boy.
Now go on, Hoodles. Go give that boy a scare.
If we do that, we need to be ready to move, because once that kid comes out of that thing, he's going to be yelling about something, and everybody's going to already be moving.
and then we need to set the fire and scare the horse. Like, it needs to be now.
Like once the kid does a thing, if like everybody starts panicking, we need to be ready to move. Like that starts the operation.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounds
the
like a
other
great
thing-
plan.
The other thing we could do is incapacitate him and take him out of the building quietly.
He's in the hayloft. It's only 10 to 12 feet up.
I just sneak in, rope, gag, sneak out.
Just toss him out.
Or chuck him out a window.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? He'll live.
Will it?
Yeah.
Probably.
Unless he's a commoner.
Child. I don't know that children are generally pretty sturdy.
I've fallen off a bunch of stuff when I was a kid.
I never broke a bone.
So much.
I did.
Well, throw them out the window, I guess.
Let's try the hoot scare.
Okay.
And if it doesn't work, we'll go from there.
Is I assume this is some kind of double gate at the for the stables, where the horses would be let out when they need to leave. I assume it's closed. Is it latched?
There is no. So at ground level, it's wide open at the north side and the south side.
Okay.
There's no
Good.
gate.
But
The horses are in stables, which all have gates.
Oh,
like stall. They're in stalls, right? Like
they're not free roaming in there.
Right.
Just unlatch the gates after that child is gone. I mean, it shouldn't take too
will
long.
take care of stampeding themselves out of
Yeah, the building's not going to go up in fire immediately.
No, how long does a dust disappearance last?
10 minutes.
Is it 10?
I think so.
Because somebody could do the dusted disappearance and 2d4 minutes. So somebody would have to take the dusted disappearance, run in, undo all of the stalls, and leave. So without, I mean, they basically let the horses out, and then I would say a prestidigitation to create a loud noise to spook them to get them to leave, and then set the fire.
The loud noise starts the clock, though.
Agreed. Agreed.
As long as Hoodles wakes up the kid, he should be smart enough. Hey, there is fire. I should leave this immediate vicinity. We just need to make sure that Hoodles can wake him up.
In fact, if it's the boy,
being the person that's worried about this, but I don't know that we can trust a groggy 12-year-old to act intelligently in a terrifying situation. I don't want to burn a 12-year-old to death. I just don't.
No children.
No parents.
I never said that.
Hey, smooths don't have any parents, all right?
Darkness. Oh,
so, why don't you guys just sneak up there and get the kid?
That's what I mean. Just
go up there and get the kid.
I'm gonna get the kid. I'll let the horses out of their stables or their stalls so that when it comes time, they can just leave, create another vector of distraction, set the fire, and go.
This is way too complicated. I'm sure it'll go swimmingly. All right, perfect. I love this.
And Meg, I've got an idea for Hoodles. He could be the one to deliver the alchemist fire.
Oh, how very clever. Hoodles, looks like you get to deliver the payload.
Hoodles just kind of looks at you.
Oh, that's a good bird.
Are we
All
sure
right.
that this is a familiar and not just a bird this guy found?
I've never met him before. No.
Hmm.
Does that make him more or less sane than the rest of us?
He temporarily dismisses Hoodles, and he goes, "Familiar. It's been a while since I've done that." And he makes him reappear again.
Okay. Whew. You had me worried there for a second.
All right. So.
But you gave Justin a new character idea.
Excellent.
Ranger. It's an animal companion. Just a random bird.
Pretends to be a wizard. Has magic initiate feat. Tells everybody he's a wizard.
All right.
Fucking
So.
Singer.
So who's going in with Dust of Disappearance on?
That'd be Garrick.
And so Garrick's going in to open up the stalls.
One assumes Kid and Ashrina are breaking into the guild house.
Okay. And who's dealing with the kid upstairs? Anybody?
Thought that was Meg.
Would be Meg.
Okay.
And Tarlin is with the stabbing twins on lookout.
Okay. All right. So Meg, are you going in as Elix?
Yes, that was the plan.
Okay.
Because he is.
Yep, that's the terrible, terrible plan.
All right. So
No,
you're going
it'll
in
be
as
fine.
You're going in as Elix, and then what is the command to do the alchemist fire?
So it is, the command is to just deliver it. So you said there's like a 5-foot walkway, right?
The hayloft, yeah.
And I'm assuming that there are beams crossing the top of the hayloft as well?
Correct.
Okay. So he's going to position the alchemist fire in a stack of hay that is an easy way to throw a firebolt right at the haystack and for it to hopefully explode. Now, I'm not exactly trying to hide it. If it happens to be hidden, that would be great.
Okay.
He just needs to know the general direction, I'm assuming, and throwing the firebolt directly at it with line of sight, and hoping that it explodes. And
Right.
once the payload has been delivered, he's going to use Hoodles to wake the boy.
Hoodles is going to wake the boy. Okay.
Yes, and also he's going to use his voice to get him to come down.
Okay. Great. So we'll just say Garrick is able to. Oh, there he is. Garrick, you are Your dust of disappearancing going in. You're muted.
6 minutes.
All right. Let me move you over. So you're going in from the north side with dust of disappearance, while Meg is going in as Elix from the south side. Correct?
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
So this begins happening. You do see there is a lookout on the southern side of the main Guildhouse building that sees you walking up as Elix.
Okay, so he sees me?
Yeah.
I ignore him.
Okay. And I have shared the map with you guys. I have the other three waiting a distance away from the building on the northwest side. Garrick, you are there. You see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 doors
Okay.
to stall.
I'll basically just go, well, looking from where I'm standing, how are they? Are they latched? Are they locked?
They're not locked.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just going to go like straight south, like do the one on the left, the one on the right, move, do one, just down the way.
All right, so you just start opening them up.
Yep.
Quietly moving through. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a stealth check.
Do I get advantage because I'm invisible?
This is based on sound for the horses because they can't see you. So it's just how quiet are you being sound wise?
18.
Okay.
Very sneaky, sir.
You do not spook the horses. So you should be able to move through there.
Okay.
And make your way opening doors. Meg, what are you doing?
Meg is walking into the stable.
Okay, you should be able to move now.
And you see the stall gates like open by themselves, quote unquote.
Great. Now he is going to get Hoodles to wait the boy.
All right. So Hoodles is going up to the boy, lands right on the boy's chest, and just starts kind of like pecking at his head to try to wake him up. And you hear, Jesus! Oh.
Hey! And then once it happens, Hoodles stops and he flies away.
Okay.
And then Meg is going to say, "Who's there? Who's up there?"
It's just me.
Come down here, boy.
Hold on a second. He would have given you a name. It's me, Pitts.
Oh, get down here, Pitts.
And he comes down. He's rubbing his eyes. He's like, oh man, I was sleeping.
What are you still doing here?
Sleeping?
My boy, you've been promoted.
What?
He hands him like a coin purse filled with 10 gold.
Okay.
And he says, "You've been promoted to fired. Take a horse and get the fuck out of here."
Promoted to customer. Yay!
Wait,
Promoted to fired?
I'm promoted, but I'm fired?
Yes. Fuck the Myriad. I hate this place. And he casts Firebolt right at the haystack.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Excellent. All right.
Promoted to fired.
Oh, that was great.
Holy shit.
That was so
Get the
much fun.
fuck out.
All right, everybody. That was a lot of fun. John, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Please come back and play that character all the time.
Certainly.
Anytime.
That was fucking hilarious. Promoted to fired. Get the fuck out.
It was fan-fucking-tastic.
All right, everybody. Thanks. We will catch you next time. We'll be on stream again next Friday night.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. Excellent. All right. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Everybody have a great week, and we'll catch you on the other side. Thanks, everybody.